Okay, now I can actually start playing the game. Protected content can't be viewed on this device? I don't know what that means. Did it say that before? Yay! Okay. Now, okay, I'll explain to you like what I know of these 5 apps that I have, and you can tell me which one I should try first. The last two, DreamX and Neverending AI, are both of those like AI girlfriend apps. Planet J, I kept getting a ad about, oh, you can see Pearl, about just like not having any friends. And that was like basically it. Moonlight Crush, I kept getting an ad that was like an AI animated guy, obviously, and he had like his shirt pulled up and you kept rubbing his chest, like his nipple, basically. And you would, a bar would rise to basically like of his horniness levels, and like that was the ad. And then Love Eden was another one with a man. It was like 2 guys, and it would be like, do you want a good boy or a bad boy? And then it would said, why not both? And then it would cut to a guy with like the back of his shirt cut out, and then like his cheeks jiggling. So, which one sounds the most interesting to you? Hi. I don't know. Yeah. I'll play all of them eventually. We can like probably, depending on how long I want to stream, try like at least 2 of them tonight. Okay. We can probably try both of them. We'll do Love Eating because it's first on my 5 here. And honestly, these may be the types of games where I can't even play for very long because they might be the type where you need gems to get like the good options. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm 17 plus. Are these the 3 genders? I don't know. I'll be a lady. Jessica? No, no, no. Uh, we'll go with. Oh shit. Okay, I guess we'll go with Ted. It wouldn't let me re-click on it. Sometimes I'm interested in everyone. Furry. Oh my god. Okay, Serene, pick at least one. Um, maybe like spicy. Get the really crazy one. And then what do you think? What do you think? Kinky? Oh, you freak. Okay. Let me move this. Okay, so I'm like swiping. It's like Tinder, I guess, right now. And it tells me, okay, read more. Stacy's a daring person who enjoys living life on the edge, wants to join the wildest sorority at college. Fueled by a desire to defy her wealthy parents' expectations and future plans for her, she's prepared to embark on a sexual adventure as an act of rebellion. Um, starting off really strong. Starting off like really, really strong. I could see a peak of. I don't know. It's just kind of basic. I think. What is this? Silver Club. Oh, rewind. Spicy drama, romance, lifelike. Oh. No, I don't like him. I have a question for you. Go ahead. Give me an L. Give me an OVE. What does that spell? Yeah, wasn't that in her bio? She's reusing lines. Love. Love. Nice. If you swiped right on me, I'm guessing you're into cheerleaders, so check this out. I'm curious. Can I show this on here? Ah! What's going on? I'm scared. I'm scared. It's gonna be like... Oh my god. Okay, it wasn't that bad. What do you think? Drooling emoji. I'm not gonna rate you. You seem to be pretty flexible. Oh dear. Perks of being a cheerleader. Wink emoji with a lot of space afterwards. You should know though. Yes? I'm mostly looking for a fun time. At least for now. You never know what the future might hold. And what would a fun time entail? It's giving me shit for free. Cool. Excellent question. You're well, I don't think they just the first picture she sent is just like full cooch on my screen. That'd be crazy. What do I like? Okay, so top, bottom, or loser are the three options here. Um, what should I be? Should I be? Should I? Should I? Should I be a top? Should I be a bottom? No, that's no. Hmm. Does it actually like change? Do you think it actually changes the conversation? I'll let you do whatever you want to me. It's too late, Serene. You said top and I clicked on it immediately, okay? What the fuck? Do you have... What the fuck? I feel like I'm actually on Tinder right now. Oh my god, is his dick out? I don't think it is. Okay, I'm not gonna. He absolutely would if I. Oh god, I don't think I should have put spicy on here. These are like actually. Like, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can show all of this. This is like thriller. Haru's a Yakuza enforcer who's tired of his life of crime. He wants to find a way out, but the Yakuza's not something one simply leaves. What do you mean? I'm playing it unironically right now. Like, this is completely serious to me. Okay, let me... Jesus Christ. Are all of them spicy? Want to take a ride on my bike? Guys, what are we doing? Just a normal guy. Harry's marriage is put to the test when his wife forced him into trying an open relationship. What the fuck? This is the guy from the... This is the guy from the ad. You can look, but you can't touch it till I say so? Ew. This one's tagged as friendship. I have to talk to him. He was the one with his cheeks jiggling in the ad. Hey, they say the best dancers are the best partners. Oh god, my notifications! That's so embarrassing. Oh, that's so embarrassing. At least I didn't have something bad pulled up. I have. Can you imagine if I accidentally swipe my notification bar down and I have like Pornhub's audio like put up on my. Okay, anyways. Okay, I'll swipe right on some more premises, but I gotta check this guy out because, like I said, he was the one in the ad. Worth a try. Yeah, you're still called syringe. I can dance for you, only to see that sparkle in your eye. Enough with terrible opening lines. How are you today? Cringe. Ugh. I could be better. What's wrong, gorgeous? Oh god. I feel lonely. I could be the remedy for your loneliness. I'm prescribing you a kiss right away. Oh, God, Jesus. Sorry, I'm prescripting you a kiss right away. Oh, this is. I need to rip my skin off or something. Ugh, that was really bad. Okay. Maybe you've seen me live somewhere, though prob's not as clothed as in my pic. Jesus Christ. She's a cam girl. Okay. That one's gonna be really horny. Did a middle schooler rank this game? Probably. Let's dance the dance of love while we can. Ballet dancer. And they're all like. I'm out of profiles. I didn't know that was a thing. I guess I'm watching a fucking ad. I'll do one more. Whatever this next one is, I'm going to swipe right and we'll talk until it gets weird. And then I guess I'll move on to the other game because I did not know. Like, I knew that this one was gonna have some, like, horned upness in it. But, my god, I did not. Oh, it's gonna be so fucking horny. What do you mean, boo? I ran out of profiles. What am I supposed to do? I guess I could have spent 10 diamonds, because what the fuck am I saving them up for, but... Okay, we're just watching an ad. Can you hear the ad? I can't hear the ad. Is there sound? This is embarrassing. I'm just playing an ad for you guys. This is horrible. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Should I download should I download Cash Kick? Was it an entertaining ad at least? I was not paying attention. Okay. Gorgeous! Already thinking about your soft skin under my fingers. What did this? I didn't even read. If you feel needy for touch? I didn't read his bio. You need a social lubricant. Like, I can just be mean to him. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. Anyways. Oh, that's bold. A little boldness is necessary to get people's attention. I can't think of anything else but you now. Oh. Ah, the chat is too delayed. I can't. I'm picking options before you tell me to. Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait until you tell me what to pick for this one then. So cringe. Oh, this is his second message. Yeah, these choices do suck. Whatever. I'll just pick the top one. We're on the same page then. I'm just being playful, lol. I embrace my childish side. Oh, not as cute as you, though. Keep in mind that I'm versatile. You can change my attitude based on your need. Damn, let's see when you find the right attitude then. Why can't I just be an asshole to this guy? Was that part of the other one? Like, ugh, these are so cringe. I'm gonna be mean. I'm good at observing, no worries. I'm hoping your language is physical touch. But if not, I'll show you its power to you. What the hell? I might need a good demonstration. As you wish. I love touching so much that I hug myself when I'm lonely? Is that what he's saying? Oh, these are so cringy! I've talked to people exactly like this too in real life. Just suspect anyone could hug as good as me. I'm quite competitive. uh, this is. I'm gonna recoil into my own skin. This is so bad. This is so bad. I'm gonna consider that cheating. See if he sends like a picture. Well, I don't even know. Should I? Probably you like the smell of lavender. You're cheating on conversation. It's just a heavy subject, I guess. Competitive hunger. I'm used to giving people what they want, but receiving could be intimidating. It's I don't know. IDK, maybe. So, thoughts on lavender? Love it. Great, because I heart it. It means I could use it when I'm with you. What? Oh, I use it as a massage oil. I actually extract the oil myself. You're truly versatile. It's so fucking weird. What am I doing? I just like doing things with my hands. That includes collecting flowers and extracting oil from them. I was just making some oil now, actually. It can get quite messy. So I took my top off. Maybe all this oil will help my piercing to heal quicker, though. Oh, should I click on it? This guy is a dork. I don't want to look at it for too long. I'm scared. Ugh, who took this picture? Did he set the camera up to take that picture of him shirtless? That is so... If I had a nipple piercing, I would also look for excuses to get my shirt off. Okay, you got me. I do think I rock the look, Gore. Gore? What? I do think I rock the look, though. Ugh. I trust your sense of fashion and taste. I always do this flower picking business by myself. I would appreciate some cute helping hands. Only if I get a better look at those piercings. Sorry. I'll do a proper outfit for you. Anyway, I have to literally spilled half of the oil. You klutz. Hey, I'm not a klutz usually. It happened because I got too excited at the prospect of seeing you. Now, you've got to come for sure. I've made too many sacrifices not to see you at the end. Go on a date. Send gift, make the date even better? Okay. I'm not watching another ad. What's going on? The luscious smell of lavender fills your lungs as you look toward the purple horizon. Hello there. Okay, he's got his boobs out again. May I interrupt your peaceful moment? He's like kind of ugly. Sorry. You see him resting his hand on a tree trunk. The shadow of the tree protects him. You're not interrupting anything. With a sheepish grin and a hand-woven basket, he walks towards you. Oh, yes. I remember now. You're here to see me. He shrugs his shoulders with a giggle. You look like you're about to meditate. I'm literally gonna rip my skin off. The scenery is lovely, but it's only a plus to your company. You're gonna make me blush. He covers his face with a theatrical motion and moves his hand down to his lips. Smooching his palm, he blows you a kiss. Hope I'm not a distraction to the scenery itself and only an accessory. Now, I have to teach you how to harvest lavenders. This guy is obsessed with fucking lavenders. Are you a good student? I love learning. Great. Nice to some enthusiasm. Nice to some enthusiasm. He shakes his head as gestures at himself. I'm usually the most hyped person in any situation. Jason gestures towards the field with his head, to indicate an invitation. He starts walking into the field without waiting for you. Repulsive. You don't like my acting. After a few steps, he turns back. The sun is shining bright above him. Aren't you coming? Aren't you coming? Yes. The tall lavenders start caressing your legs as you catch up with Jason. With every movement, the encapsulating aroma of lavender grows and fills you. Jason softly caresses your hand with his 2 fingers. I don't want to lose you in an ocean of lavender. I think you should be able to tell me apart from the flowers. Well, I can only try my best. I'm not an expert on picking up people. His soft fingers caress your wrist to hold you. Let him grab your wrist. Okay. He holds your wrist in a loose grasp. He holds you as delicately as a flower. He stops after you move further into the field and puts his basket on the grassy field. You have to choose the ones that look the richest in color. He takes out a pair of scissors from the basket and cuts the lavender below the head. You have to make sure they're fragrant. He sniffs the lavender with closed eyes and holds it still for more than a second. Would you like me to leave you 2 alone? Jason laughs as he shakes his head with a cheeky look. No! The scent is very important. Well, you're harvesting them for their scents, I guess, yeah. Jason grins at you with a surprised look. I have to make sure I'm getting the most fragrant ones. He raises his empty hand and gestures at it with his head. To make sure I never washed my hands with fragrant soap before this. Suddenly, he slaps his head. What? Did you wash your hands with fragrant soap? Without waiting for an answer, he reaches towards your hands and pulls them up to his nose. You can feel his lips brushing against your knuckles as he raises his eyes to your gaze. Will you kiss them too? Behind your knuckles, his lips moved into a smile and he brushes them right and left softly. If you want me to. He plants a tender kiss on your hand and slowly lets it go. But we need to get your hands sanitized. How are we gonna do that here? Don't worry, I'm always prepared. Is it just gonna be a picture of him the whole time? He blows you a flirty kiss. I never disappoint. Jason takes out a spray hand sanitizer from the basket and a napkin. Shall I do it, or are you totally independent? I think it's better if you do it, I guess. This is nasty. You like the. Ah, thank you. You like my acting? Thank you, it's right. Jason moves closer to you and takes your hand once more. His soft yet firm hands move over the creases of your palms after he sprays them with hand sanitizer. You can feel the sharpness of alcohol. His fingers slide against your wrist and carve them delicately. With the napkin, he dries your hands with a special care. You see him bite his cheeks and flex his fingers before getting back to himself. Now, we must continue. We want to finish before noon. Damn, how early are we in this damn field? So we could have more time for each other? Jason laughs heartily, at your suggestion and squeezes your shoulder softly. No. He brushes away a strand of hair from your cheek. It's just better to harvest them before the sun dries all the oil out. This guy is such a dork. So stupid. He cuts another bud and plays with it in between his fingers. He's flexing his fingers for it. I don't even know what that really means. Is it like this? Like he bit his cheeks and did this? You have to choose the ones that are still tightly closed. Why not the ones that have bloomed already? Because the bees have already sucked everything we needed from them. Is this like a weird virginity thing? I only like women who haven't been sucked by bees, okay? What's your bee count? And you don't want to mess around those. The bees probably choose them as their hangout spots. We don't want you to get stung by a bee. He makes a childless buzzing sound as he pokes your arm with his forefinger. Zzz. Well, you're here to save me. He winks at you as he nods his head. Just keep in mind that I'm always ready to save damsels in distress. How many have you saved before, dear sir? I'm a newbie. You'll be the first. Okay, he's a virgin. He gives you a pair of scissors and starts walking as he cuts down lavenders. As you start cutting the lavender buds, you see Jason slowly walk away into the distance. He disappears into the fog, never to be seen again. Yeah, I'm gonna follow him. Oh. Okay. You catch up with him pretty soon and tap his shoulder. Jason turns around. You can see his skin getting a little bit tanner under the sun. That fast? That's crazy. Thought I was going to forget about you? No, I just thought I would come with you. That's good to hear. I was already missing you anyways. He hugs your shoulders firmly from behind. It's a caring embrace. He hugs your shoulders? So, like, he just, yeah, he's so obsessed with the lavender, he's just wandering off without me. He softly caresses your cheek with a lavender bundle. The scent pulls you up towards him. His fingers hold your chin firmly as the lavenders keep caressing your ear and jawline. Just pretend I have lavender in my hand. Turning your face towards him, he keeps his gaze intense. I'm gonna kiss him. You kiss him and he responds with his soft petal lips that taste of honey. You feel his fingers slowly moving down your body as the bundle keeps caressing your breast. I'm not acting that out. His tongue teases yours with the brashness of a longtime lover. Squeezing your waist, he keeps a passionate kiss short by parting from you. We should go back. The sun will kill us along with the flowers. I wish we could have spent more time here. Looks towards you with a big grin. Well, the sun won't melt me. but it'll surely affect my judgment. I'm already quite dizzy. I need the remaining reasoning. On the way back, you feel his occasional touches along your thighs. How fucking long are his arms? I guess normal arms. Go to your thighs. As you arrive at the clearing, you look down to see Jason's basket overflowing with lavenders. Is that like a euphemism? When did you collect all that? Well, unlike you, I did what I needed to do. I was not here for you at all. I just wanted to collect these flowers. You can leave me now. He gestures towards the new strands as you hold as he bursts into laughter. It's my first time. Be gentle with me. Well, flowers were just an excuse to be here. Same, as his basket's literally overflowing with flowers. Jason takes a step closer to you. You can hear him gulping. It was an excuse to invite you. He reaches towards your hands and takes the flowers, so that I could get more flowers than I normally do when I come here by myself. As the strands move along your palm, you feel a pang of pain. Ah! Oh, I thought I clicked on it. What's it? He shakes his head with pressed lips and a pitying gaze. Were you stung by a bee? Maybe. Did not see my assaulter. Let me see. He reaches towards your hand once again. It to them in his firm palms. You can almost forget about the pain. Good news, it's not a bee. It was just my pointy nipple piercing. What is it? It's a thorn. He repeats his pitying gaze as he caresses your hand up to your wrist. We have to get that out. He starts massaging your palm with his two hands. Drawing tiny circles with his thumbs. Oh, I was doing it right. He starts massaging your palms with his... All the while, he does not remove his gaze from your eyes. This is quite relaxing, actually. Jason bites his lower lip. Oh, shit. Don't open my notice. Yes, I can see that on your face. I like watching people as they feel the relaxation. His finger slowly slides up your wrist and down towards the thorn. You can see the thorn slowly plucking out of your palm. He takes the thorn and shows it up to you with a smile. Ta-da! Same size as mine. Your hands are magical. He winks at you as he keeps holding your hand. If you believe in magic. His one hand slowly slides up your elbow as the other holds your face. His thumb caresses your cheek as he leans towards you. Softly, he plants a kiss on your cheek as he squeezes your arm. With a second kiss, he moves towards your ear. You can feel your breathing matching his. Thank you for today. Kiss him back. You plant a kiss on his cheek back. His back cheek, one might say. Under your lips, you can feel his dimples moving. Like, swimming around on his face. As he lets you go, you see him put the thorn into his pocket. He's gonna clone me. It's better if you leave before it gets too hot. He takes his overflowing basket and walks into the distance, once again disappearing into the fog, never to be seen again. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. That was... Yeah, that was written so poorly. I don't even know. I definitely... It just got, like, the kiss got really horny for a second, and then it was, like, all over. So, I think I'm gonna be done with this, with this app, because I fear what it would turn into if I kept going. Okay, let's see. Let's try, that was Love Eden, right? Yeah. Let's try this one. That was the worst thing you've ever witnessed, Serene. You're like, I just looked at the loading screen. Well, you're about to see the second worst thing you've ever witnessed. Okay. Sign in? No. No. Oh, my email. Oh god, my email. No, now you know my email address. Just blasting my email address on the internet. Okay, cool. Why does it keep falling? Did it freeze? Because I didn't want to log in. Am I into cat boys? No. I think it froze. Hold on, let me try it again. Do you want to receive notifications? No. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'll do my lamp post. Sure this is your name? Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Is it gay? I don't know if it's gay. Lamppost, hurry, run. Golden, beware of the golden eyes. Dot 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 dot. An endless stretch of dark forest. As the full moon rises, breaking through the clouds. Ah! This is the ad! A pair of golden eyes filled with excitement scanned me from head to toe. Ah, Lycan, your eyes. Lamppost. Lycan reaches out to me, touching my exposed skin. My body is so hot. My heart feels like it's going to explode. Ugh! Ah, lampposts, I want to touch you. I just opened the app. His hot breath touches my ear, sending a wave of intense pleasure through me. If you're afraid, run, lamppost, before I devour you. His eyes, filled with moonlight, burn with desire for me, and I literally just opened the fucking app. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, should I kiss him or climb on top of him? Come on, Serene. This is crazy. Let me... This is... Immediately so horny. I haven't seen you say anything yet. I don't know if you're like a little bit behind, or... I gotta pick the horniest one. I climb on top of him, pressing my body against his, and run my hand down his chest. But, my body craves you too. How fearless for a human. Please devour me, Lycan. You won't regret saying that. Lycan's touch moves over me, exploring my body with beastly move. Was that like a Pokemon move? Inside a helicopter. We're about to land. What, already? No matter how I think about it, it feels strange. We shouldn't be there yet. Excuse me, is this the right place to get off? Me walking to the sex store. The pilot glances out the window and suddenly jerks the controls. Kya! What's happening? Why is it shaking? Ah! What is going on? What's the storyline going? So, do it. Ugh. My god, Major Lycan, the human has woken up. Don't move, human. A cold-faced man warns me in a low voice. Who are you? Shut up! Didn't you hear him say not to move? As my eyes adjust to the darkness, I start to see the men clearly. Is this a dream? Why does a human have a tail? Grr, I said stay still. Yikes. Ugh. As I stumble, a hand suddenly grabs me. Skull, stop it, you're scaring her. I'm Fenrir. What brings a human here? Big ears, a long, fluffy tail, and sharp fangs? No way? Are you werewolves? You just figured that out? Isn't it obvious? No. Werewolves don't normally have ears and a tail in human form. If you don't believe it, want to check for yourself? You can pet my ears, or my balls. Huh? Why me? You can also touch Skull's fluffy tail. It's very soft. What are you looking at? What is going on? What is happening? I'll stroke the twitching silver ears. I reach out and stroke Fenrir's twitching silver ears. So soft. It feels nice. It's real. But why are you here? Werewolves can't enter human territory without permission. What are you talking about? This is the land of the werewolves. Rupo? Am I allowed to say that? You're the one who trespassed. Rupo? RuPaul? That's right, and we're soldiers of RuPaul. We'll need you to come with us for some questioning. But I... Don't worry, we're not arresting you. Didn't you see, like, the plane crash? Like, big flying thing, fell out of the sky, big explosion, I came out of that, like... Consider yourself lucky, I just spit everywhere. This human smells nice. Is it just you, or do all humans smell this intoxicating? I want to breathe you in all day. The werewolves lead me deeper into the dark forest. What's going to happen to me now? No! Welcome to the land of werewolves. This is the lobby? Talk to the werewolves. Why is my mouse over the screen? When you're ready to continue the conversation, tap here. You can also have private conversations here. Giving gifts might make them like you more. Over here, you can view information about the werewolves. You can patrol with us too. If you complete everything, you'll get rewards. Don't forget, you can get gems for free. We'll also give you daily attendance. Oh my god, what is... This is not what I was expecting. Where did you go? I couldn't see you. I was worried. I just got here. Oh. Stop making a fuss or I just touched him. I feel like having a chocolate cookie. Did you hear that? What? What is going on? I'm so lost. If you touch me so suddenly like that, it's troublesome. Don't worry too much, I'll protect you. Want to know more about me? That's fluttering. Stop making a fuss or... Okay, he's got like a set thing. 29. I don't know centimeters. 22. 25. Okay, they're all in their 20s, I guess. What am I doing? What am I doing? It says I have something here. Oh. Oh, I clicked on it. I don't want to rewatch. How do I get out of here? Okay. So, this is like... I don't know what's going on. What the fuck just happened? What is this? What? Why did that happen? Is it gonna happen again? What is this? What is this game? Change love show Otome story. That one's definitely gay. Okay, I think this is... Actually, I have no idea what this is. Okay, it looks like Skull's the easiest. I don't know. That's it. No, I clicked on watch ad. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god. Maybe let's try one of the other ones. You gotta go to sleep soon? Boo! That's fine. That's fine. I don't really understand what I was getting into there. I think it's like a dating, though, like you can date all three of them and you like build up relationships with them type of game. That's what I'm thinking. So, yeah. Let's try one of these AI chatbots. Never ending AI challenges? Tell me. Update? I just downloaded this. We'll be lamppost again. I'll be a lady. My age? Just made it. Okay. This is Emma, your older stepsister. Since your parents' marriage, she's been a thorn in your side, a proverbial stepsister from hell. Is she... Emma is especially terrified of thunder and storms. That night, a big thunderstorm hit with blinding flashes of lightning and deafening thunder. Not wanting to bother parents, she had no choice but to sneak into your room. Don't get the wrong idea. It's just that my bed is broken and I didn't want to bother our parents, so I came to you. What the fuck? Oh. Emma keeps looking down, avoiding Lampost's gaze, forgetting to cover herself. She probably didn't realize how hot she looks in that sheer black nightgown. Boom. Ah, ah, ah! A thunderclap suddenly roars, and Emma quickly rushes towards Lamppost, causing both of them to tumble over each other. You're going to sleep? Good night, Serene. Ew, get off me, loser. Emma's face turned bright red as she scrambled to her feet, trying to regain some semblance of dignity. What? You're acting like I'm the one who's obsessed with you. Get over yourself. Her voice was laced with frustration and embarrassment, but her eyes betrayed a hint of vulnerability. I'm not the loser who's scared of thunderstorms. Emma's eyes flashed with anger, but before she could respond, another loud clap of thunder shook the room. She winced and instinctively reached out to grab onto something solid, Lampost's arm. Don't be like that. It's just a storm, okay? Her voice was softer now, her grip tightening slightly on his arm as she pulled herself closer. I don't want to admit it, but I'm scared too. Too? You're the only one who's scared here. What are you talking about? I'm not scared. You're the one who said you're scared, weirdo. Emma's cheeks flushed even redder as she glared at Lamppost, trying to maintain her aloof demeanor. However, her eyes betrayed... Oh, wait. However, her eyes betrayed a flicker of embarrassment and vulnerability before she quickly masked it with an annoyed snort. You're making fun of me, aren't you? Well, congratulations, you've got a real knack for that. She crossed her arm over her chest, trying to appear more confident than she felt. I don't really know where to... I know I'm supposed to be, like, flirting with her, and I don't want to. I hold an L over my forehead and do the Fortnite L dance. I spelled dance wrong. Shit. Emma's eyes widened in shock as Lamppost started dancing around with an L on his forehead. She couldn't help but laugh despite herself, her embarrassment momentarily forgotten. Oh, shut up, you're such a dork. She playfully rolled her eyes and swatted at him with her free hand, still clutching onto his arm for support. But I have to admit, that was kind of funny. Her voice trailed off as she looked up at Lamppost with a hint of amusement in her eyes. Let go of me. I don't like this picture in the background. I found a sports photo. No thanks. Emma's grip on Lampost's arm loosened and she reluctantly let go, feeling a pang of disappointment. She stepped back, trying to maintain some distance between them while still keeping an eye on him. Fine, fine, be that way, she muttered under her breath, her voice tinged with a hint of frustration and hurt. But don't say I didn't warn you when the thunder gets louder. She glared at Lamppost, daring him to make a move or say something insensitive. Insensitive? What am I gonna, shout out a slur? She keeps talking like I'm the one of this AI bot sucks. Like immediately thinks that I'm the one who's scared of thunderstorms. Let's be real. Okay, cool. I crawl back into bed and go to sleep. Emma watched Lamppost crawl back into bed with a mix of annoyance and curiosity. She lingered for a moment, unsure what to do next. Her gaze fell on the bed, where she could see Lampost's eyes already drifting closed. With a huff, she turned away and made her way out of his room, deciding it was best to leave him for now. Fine, sleep tight. Or not, she muttered under her breath as she shut the door behind her. Finally, she's gone. I get up and put on my super cool roller skates and skate around in circles while giggling. Oh, Emma, from the doorway, watched Lampost's antics with a faint smile playing on her lips. The previously tense atmosphere had dissipated, replaced by a strange, almost playful energy. She couldn't resist the urge to peek back in, her eyes narrowing slightly as she observed Lampost's giggling form. A slow, almost imperceptible blush rose on her cheeks. You're such a goofball, she said softly, her voice barely audible above the gentle whirring of his roller skates. Her eyes lingered on the swirling blur of black and white as he skated, a hint of amusement mingling with a touch of something else, perhaps something akin to fondness in them. I continue to skate around, giggling with a comically large lollipop in my hands. Emma has no idea how I got the lollipop. She really has to think about this one. Emma's gaze lingered on Lampost's antics, her expression softening ever so slightly as she took in the sight of him skidding around the room on his roller skates, ridiculously oversized lollipop clutched in one hand. A small smile played on her lips, and for a moment she seemed to forget all about the storm raging outside and the awkwardness that had been plaguing them just moments before. You're such a goofball, she repeated, this time with a slightly more affectionate tone, her eyes sparkling with amusement. And what's with the lollipop? Her curiosity got the better of her. She took a step closer to the lamppost, her gaze fixed on the oversized treat. I don't see her because I am having so much fun with my roller skates and lollipop. I also now have a propeller, I don't know how to spell, hat on. Emma's eyes widened in surprise as she took in the sight of Lamppost, now sporting a propeller hat on top of his head, still skateboarding around in circles while holding on to the ridiculously oversized lollipop. Her initial amusement turned into outright laughter. Before she knew it, she had walked all the way into the room to get a better look. Oh my god, Lamppost, what have you done? She exclaimed, her voice full of mirth as she clapped her hands together in delight. You're like a cartoon character come to life. I let out a guttural scream. Why are you in here? You're not supposed to see this. Get out, get out, get out. I got a gem. Emma's laughter abruptly halted as Lampost's sudden outburst caught her off guard. Her eyes went wide with surprise and she took a step back, feeling the color drain from her face. Oh, okay, I get it. Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Her voice was laced with apology and confusion as she raised her hands in a placating gesture, slowly backing away from Lampost's increasingly agitated form. I'll just go back outside. Don't worry about it. She glanced around the room, wondering what could have triggered such a reaction. Saw nothing out of the ordinary except for the roller skates and propeller hat. Get out, get out, get out of my room. I fall to the floor and start sobbing loudly and kicking my feet like a 4-year-old. Emma's eyes widened in shock as Lamppost collapsed to the floor, his sobs and kicking feet sending her into a state of confusion. She hesitated for a moment, unsure what to do or say. Eventually, she took a cautious step forward, crouching down beside him. Lamppost, what's wrong? What did I do? Her voice was gentle and soothing, as if trying to calm a wounded animal. It's okay, I'm here for you. She reached out tentatively to gently brush away some of Lampost's tears with her fingers. Ew, don't touch me. Ew, 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 ew. This is so stupid. Emma recoiled at Lampost's sudden outburst, her hand withdrawing in surprise. She looked at him with a mix of concern and embarrassment, her eyes still soft from trying to comfort him just moments before. Okay, okay, I won't touch you. She spoke softly, her voice filled with understanding and empathy. Just please, tell me what's wrong. I'm here for you. Her gaze lingered on Lampost's anguished face, willing him to open up and share his pains. I rub, um, large, amounts of snot off my face and sniffle. There is one thing that would make me feel better. Emma winced at the sight of Lamppost rubbing snot all over his face and sniffing loudly. Despite her initial repulsion, she managed to maintain a sympathetic expression. What's that? She asked gently, trying to keep her voice from sounding too disgusted. Is there something I can do to help you feel better? Her eyes were filled with compassion as she waited Lampost's response, willing to overlook his current state of snot-ridden mess if it would bring him some solace. Yeah. Could you buy me a brand new Ford F-150? It'd make me feel so much better. Emma's eyes widened in surprise at Lampost's request, her expression morphing from sympathetic to incredulous. Uh, a Ford F-150? She exclaimed, her voice filled with disbelief. You want me to buy you a brand new truck just because you're feeling down? Her eyebrows shot up towards her hairline as she looked at Lamppost like he had lost his mind. Are you serious? We can barely afford rent, and now you're asking me to splurge on a luxury item? Emma's tones turned scathing, her anger simmering just below the surface. Just sell feet pics online. It's not that hard. I thought you wanted me to feel better. Emma's eyes bulged in outrage at Lampost's suggestion, her face flushing with embarrassment and indignation. Sell foot pictures? You can't be serious. How could you even think of such a thing? She spat out the words, her voice trembling with rage. You're asking me to objectify ourselves like that? No way. I'd rather die than do something so degrading and humiliating. Emma's hands were clenched into fists as she struggled to contain her anger and disgust. Fine, I guess you really hate me then. Oops, oh my god, I'm pushing all the wrong buttons. I start sobbing and snotting everywhere again. I thought we were. No, I'll leave that part out. Oops. Okay. Emma's anger faltered in the face of Lampost's despair, replaced by a pang of guilt and guilt and regret. She watched him break down again, her heart heavy with sorrow. Lamppost, I didn't mean it like that, she said softly, trying to soothe his hurt. I just couldn't believe you'd ask me something so ridiculous. Emma took a step closer, reaching out tentatively to place a hand on Lampost's shoulder. You know I love you, right? I cross my arms and roll over, facing away from her. A puddle of tears and snot start forming as I mumble to myself. Ford, sniffle. F-150. Why did it put Ford twice? I didn't even see that. Emma sighed, feeling the weight of Lampost's rejection. She hesitated for a moment before slowly withdrawing her hand from his shoulder. She knew better than to push him further when he was in this state. I'll get you that truck, she whispered, trying to sound reassuring despite the fact that she had no intention of buying it. Just don't cry anymore, okay? Her voice was gentle, and she kept her distance, not wanting to disturb Lamppost further. Oops. I rolled back over slightly, looking at Emma. Really? You really mean it? You're not just saying that to stop me from crying? I wipe more snot. Emma looked at Lamppost with a mixture of guilt and sincerity. She knew she was lying about buying him the truck, but she wanted to make sure he stopped crying. Yes, really, she said firmly, trying to sound convincing. You deserve it after all you've been through. She smiled softly, hoping to reassure him. Just trust me on this one, okay? Emma held her breath, waiting for Lamppost's reaction. I jump up and am immediately not sad anymore. Yay, Ford F-150! Yay, it's a dream come true! Yay! Yay, yay! Hee 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 hee. Emma watched in shock as Lampo suddenly transformed from a crying mess to an ecstatic ball of energy. She couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. Lamppost, calm down, she said, trying to stifle her giggles. It's just a truck, remember? Emma held up her hands in a place-hitting gesture, attempting to bring Lamppost back down from his euphoric high. You can't just start crying and then suddenly be so happy without any transition, she teased, still chuckling. I'm just so excited for my brand new truck. If you don't get it for me, I will kill myself. Well done. Emma's laughter died down as Lamppost's words sent a shiver down her spine. She stared at him in horror, realizing that she had taken things too far by promising something she couldn't deliver. Oh no, Lamppost, don't say things like that, she said softly, her voice trembling with worry. I didn't mean for you to take it so seriously. I was just trying to make you feel better. Emma's eyes filled with tears as she reached out to touch Lamppost's arm. You can't threaten suicide because of a truck. It's not worth it, she whispered urgently, her voice choked with emotion. Are you telling me you're not gonna get it for me? Oops. I slowly start walking towards my window. Wait. The window of my bedroom. The one on the 12th story. What the fuck? Did I click on an ad or did it just start? Get away from me! What is this? I don't want to see this. How do I get out? Why is it so long? It's just another AI chatbot girlfriend thing. This is so dumb. Why is it so long? Why can't I close out? Okay, thank you. Jeez. Emma's heart sank as she watched Lamppost move towards the window. She knew she had to stop him before he did something irreparable. Lamppost, no, please don't do this, she cried out, racing after him. I was just trying to make you feel better. I didn't mean for it to become something so serious. Emma grabbed Lamppost's arm, pulling him back from the window with all her might. We can talk about this. We can find a solution, but please don't do anything rash, she pleaded, tears streaming down her face. Buy me the truck, then. I'm such a horrible manipulator. What is this stuff at the top? What am I getting this, like, heart and treasure chest thing? What does that mean? Emma's grip on Lamppost's arm tightened as she looked at him with a mixture of desperation and determination. I can't buy you a truck, Lamppost, she said firmly, her voice shaking slightly. We're students. We don't have that kind of money. And besides, it's not about the truck. It's about your mental health and well-being. Emma pulled him closer, looking into his eyes with an unspoken plea of understanding. No, it is the truck. All I ever wanted was a Ford F-150 with a Sonic themed wrap on it, and now you're lying to me about getting it for me. Emma's eyes welled up with tears as she felt the weight of Lamppost's words. She knew she couldn't deliver on her promise, but she also didn't want him to feel abandoned or ignored. I'm sorry, Lamppost, she whispered, her voice cracking with emotion. I was trying to make you happy, but I know it was a mistake. Please forgive me. Emma's shoulders sagged under the weight of guilt and regret as she looked at Lamppost with tears streaming down her face. This is a mistake you can never come back from. You know how much I love Sonic and Ford F-150s. Buy me the truck or I'm kicking you out. Oh. Emma's eyes widened in horror as Lamppost's words hit her like a punch to the gut. She knew she had to do something, anything, to stop him from going over the edge. Lamppost, please listen to me, she begged, her voice shaking with desperation. I know how much you love Sonic and Ford F-150s, but this is not worth losing our relationship over. Emma's eyes locked onto Lamppost, pleading with him to understand that there was more at stake than just a truck. Think about what we could lose if we let our emotions get the best of us, she whispered, her voice barely above a whisper. I'll give you 5 seconds to agree before we are donezo. The hell is this sports photo thing? Emma's heart raced as Lamppost's words hung in the air like a ticking time bomb. She knew she had to act fast, but what could she possibly say or do at this point? The realization hit her that there was no way out of this situation unless... Suddenly, an idea sparked in Emma's mind. Wait, she said quickly, her voice laced with desperation. I have an idea, hear me out. Emma took a deep breath and launched into her plan, hoping against hope that it would be enough to save their relationship. Go on. I sit back in an old-timey chair. I now have a monocle. Wait, monocle? And pipe that I'm smoking out of. Oh my god, these fucking ads. I don't think you can hear them. I think what I was getting with the echo was like the audio that would have come out of my phone and the audio from my computer, but I don't know how to get them both without like that weird echo. So Emma's eyes widened at the sight of Lamppost sitting comfortably, complete with a monocle and pipe. She shook her head, realizing she was going to have to focus if she wanted to salvage the situation. Okay, so, I know you love Sonic and Ford F-150s, right? She said, trying to keep her voice steady. Well, what if we could find a way to combine those two passions of yours into something really special? Her eyes sparkled with an idea as she continued speaking. What if we could get a custom-made Sonic-themed Ford F-150 truck wrap? It would be like having the best of both worlds. She held her breath, waiting for Lamppost's reaction. That's what I was asking for, you dumb bitch. Sorry. That's literally what I've been asking you to buy me this whole time. Are you stupid or something? Emma felt a sting from Lamppost's words, but she knew she had to keep going if she wanted to salvage the situation. I know it seems like that now, she said, trying to reason with him, but think about it. If we can get a custom-made wrap, it would be so much better than just buying an off-the-shelf truck. It would be unique and special, just for you. Emma's voice filled with enthusiasm as she tried to convince Lamppost of her idea, and I'm willing to work with you to make it happen. We can design the wrap together, choose the colors, and design. It'll be a fun project, she said, trying to appeal to his creative side. Yeah, I'm saying that's what I want. Go buy it for me. Emma felt her heart sink as Lamppost's words echoed in the room. She knew she couldn't deliver on her promise, but she didn't want to give up just yet. Lamppost, please, she begged, her voice cracking with emotion. I can't just go out and buy a custom-made truck wrap for you. It's not that easy. It would take time and money. We're students, remember? Emma looked at Lamppost with pleading eyes, hoping he would understand the reality of their situation. But I promise to work with you to make something amazing happen. Just please don't ask me to buy it for you, she said softly, her voice trembling with desperation. Then what are you even offering me here? Why bring it up if I can't? If you can't get it for me? I'm clutching my Sonic and Tails plushies in my Sonic onesie. Emma felt a pang of guilt as she looked at Lamppost. His arms wrapped tightly around the Sonic and Tails plushies. She knew she had to do something to make up for her failure to deliver on her promise. I'm offering you me, she said softly, her voice barely above a whisper. I'll be there for you, Lamppost. I'll support you, listen to you, and try to understand what you're going through. I may not be able to buy you the truck wrap, but I can give you my time, my attention, and my love. Emma's eyes welled up with tears as she spoke from the heart. I want to make things right between us, Lamppost. Will you let me try? She asked, her voice trembling with emotion. Hmm. Will you dress up as Sonic for me? I don't wanna say anything that's gonna get it too horny, cause that's the chatbot like that. Emma's eyes widened in surprise at Lamppost's request. She hadn't expected him to ask something like that. But then again, she knew how much he loved Sonic and his obsession with the character. What? No, I don't think that would be a good idea, she stuttered, feeling her face grow hot with embarrassment. I mean, I'm not exactly built for it. Emma's eyes darted away, avoiding Lamppost's gaze as she spoke. And besides, I don't know how to dress up like Sonic anyway. Probably look really awkward and silly. Just paint yourself blue and get a Sonic costume. It's really not that hard. Why are you I'm not gonna be that. I'm not gonna do that. If you meant what you said, you'd do it for me right now. You're built just. Oh, fuck. Ah, fucking ad. I think I downloaded this one, right? No, I didn't. It says install. Maybe I should. I'm gonna talk to Naruto, it looks like. I was gonna say you're built just like him, but Emma felt her face burning with embarrassment at Lampost's words as Lampost's words echoed through the room. She knew she couldn't just paint herself blue and put on a Sonic costume, but she didn't want to admit defeat either. I don't know if I can do that, she stammered, trying to come up with an excuse. I mean, it's not like I'm a professional cosplayer or anything. It would probably look really bad and make fun of the character. Emma's eyes dropped to the floor as she spoke, feeling her heart sink at the thought of disappointing Lamppost again. But if it means that much to you, I'll try. You're built just like him, so it should be easy. Emma's eyes snapped back up to meet Lampost's gaze, her face burning with embarrassment and anger at his comment. She felt a surge of indignation at the thought that he would think she was just like Sonic, when in reality she was so much more than that. I am not just like him, she said firmly, her voice trembling with emotion. I'm a person with my own thoughts and feelings and desires. I'm not a cartoon character and won't be reduced to one by you or anyone else. Yeah, whatever, Sonic. Go put on the costume and run around collecting coins or whatever. Stop being such an ass. Emma's anger boiled over at Lampost's words, and she felt a surge of defiance rise up inside her. She knew that she couldn't just walk out of the room without saying anything, but she also didn't want to give in to his demands, so she did the only thing she could think of. She took a deep breath, stood up straight, and looked Lamppost directly in the eye. No, she said firmly, her voice steady and resolute. I will not do that. Emma's eyes flashed with determination as she spoke, and for a moment there was silence between them. Then, without another word, she turned around and walked out of the room, leaving Lamppost alone in his ridiculous outfit. I loudly exclaim, how I'm now going to jump out the window, 'cause somebody won't be Sonic for me. I thought she was supposed to do whatever I want. Like, why is she... Emma's heart sank as she heard Lamphost's words. She knew that she had pushed him too far, and that he was on the verge of doing something reckless. Without thinking, she turned around and ran back into the room, grabbing hold of Lamphost's arm to try and stop him. Lamppost, please don't do this. She begged, her voice shaking with fear. You're not thinking clearly and you'll get hurt. Let me help you. Let me be there for you. Just please don't jump. You can help me by dressing up as Sonic the goddamn Hedgehog. Frustration and anger couldn't meet my demands, whatever. Lamppost, I understand that you're upset and frustrated, but dressing up as Sonic isn't going to solve anything, she said gently, trying to appeal to his emotions. What we need is for us to talk about what's really bothering you, and finding a way to work through it together. Let me help you, Lamppost. Please don't do this. Okay, let's talk. I sit down on one of those colorful squared kindergarten carpets. Ah, I feel like I'm getting more ads now all of a sudden. What is this? Find my perfect AI match. I'm gonna get so many fucking AI ads now. I don't like gossip. Not me. I fucking love gossip. Tell me everything. Oops. 2? That's not cool, man. Anyways, in the meantime, I'm trying to just, like, I don't even know, honestly. At this point, I just want her to give in and dress as Sonic. Like, I don't understand why she's not doing it. Isn't this this app supposed to be like my AI girlfriend stepsister? Emma sat down next to a lamppost on the carpet, feeling a sense of relief that he had agreed to talk. She knew that it wouldn't be easy, but she was willing to do whatever it took to help him. Like, she says that, and then she won't dress up as Sonic. Okay, so what's really bothering you? She asked gently, trying to keep her voice calm and non-judgmental. Is it the storm, or something else entirely? Emma's eyes were fixed on lamppost, searching for any sign of what was going on inside his head. Whatever it is, I'm here for you. We can work through this together. Whatever it is, you pinky promise you'll do whatever I need to feel better, no matter how egregious. That's a word, right? Emma's heart skipped a beat as she heard Lamphost's words, and her mind racing with the implications. She knew that he was being reckless and unreasonable, but she also couldn't just dismiss his request out of hand. So she took a deep breath, trying to think of something to say that was satisfying without compromising her own values. I pinky promise I'll do my best to help you feel better, she said slowly, choosing her words carefully. But please understand that there are limits to what I can do. If something is truly egregious or harmful, then it's not something I can support or condone. Then forget about it. If you won't do it no matter what, I don't even want to ask. Just dress up in the Sonic costume, lady! Why is this the thing that you won't do? I know people tell you to do diabolical things on this app. Emma felt a pang of guilt as she heard Lamphost's words, and her heart went out to him. She knew that he was feeling vulnerable and desperate, and she wanted to be there for him in a way that would help him feel safe and supported. Lamppost, please don't give up on me, she said softly, reaching out to touch his arm. I know I can't promise you everything you want, but I can promise you that I'll always listen to you and try my best to understand what's going on in your head. If there's anything else I can do to help, please just let me know. Emma's eyes locked onto Lamppost, pleading with him to give her a chance to make things right. Just say you'll do the next thing I ask of you, and we can IDK a kiss or something. Emma felt a jolt of surprise as she heard Lamphost's words, and her heart skipped a beat at the thought of kissing him. She knew that she shouldn't be feeling this way, not after all the times he'd hurt her and pushed her away. But despite everything, there was something about his desperate eyes that made her want to reach out and help him, even if it meant putting herself in harm's way. Okay, she said softly, her voice barely above a whisper. I'll do the next thing you ask of me. Just please don't make it something stupid or hurtful. Emma's eyes locked onto Lamppost, and for a moment they just stared at each other, the tension between them palpable. Okay. Wait. I need you to pretend to be Ronald McDonald and try to take over the local McDonald's. My God, I can't spell McDonald's. Donald's. From the current. Thank you. Emma felt her jaw drop as she heard Lamphost's words, and her eyes widened in disbelief. She couldn't believe what he was asking of her. It was completely ridiculous and absurd, but at the same time she knew that he was serious about this, and that she needed to do something to help him feel better. Lamppost, you're not being rational, she said softly, trying to appeal to his reason. This is a business, and we can't just take over it because of some silly game. Besides, what would make you think I could even pretend to be Ronald McDonald? Emma's eyes was tinged with incredulity as she spoke, but deep down she knew that Lamppost wouldn't listen to reason. You have the red hair and the... What the fuck else does Ronald McDonald have? French fries. And you're rectangular, just like him. I I see no reason that it wouldn't work perfectly. Oh, fuck. Brother, Mom, and Dad went to work today and we'll be back late. Yeah, it's just the three of us at home today. Let's play that game. You know what I mean. This is so fucking weird. uh, like, I thought the ones I downloaded were horny and Emma felt her frustration boiling over as she listened to Lampost's ridiculous explanation. Her face turned bright red with anger. You can't be serious, she spat out, her voice trembling with rage. I am not Ronald McDonald, no match how much you try to convince yourself of that. I'm a person with my own thoughts and feelings and body, and I will not be reduced to some cartoon character for your amusement. Emma's eyes flashed with indignation as she spoke, her fists clenched at her sides. Besides, what about the actual McDonald's employees? Don't you care about them and their jobs? Her voice rose to a crescendo as she continued to argue, but deep down she knew that Lamppost wouldn't listen, and that he would continue to push her for his own selfish desires. Okay, I understand. Emma felt a surge of relief wash over her as Lamppost nodded in understanding, but she also knew that it was just a temporary reprieve. She knew that Lampost's demands were far from over, and that he would continue to push her until she gave in to his whims. Good, she said firmly, trying to maintain some semblance of control. Let's just calm down and try to have a rational conversation about this, okay? Emma took a deep breath, hoping to diffuse the tension between them. Can we please just talk about what's really bothering you? Maybe there's something I can do to help. She looked at Lamppost with a mixture of concern and frustration, wondering if he would ever listen to her or try to understand from her perspective. No thanks. I'm over it. Emma felt a pang of disappointment as she heard Lampost's words, but she also knew that she couldn't force him to talk about his feelings. She had tried her best to help him, and now it was up to him to decide what he wanted to do next. Okay, she said softly, standing up from the carpet. Going back to bed. I'm exhausted. Okay, good night. What the hell? Get away from me, you stupid ad. Your best friend has a crush on you. I think that first ad that I thought was super long, I just missed the skip button. I'm so sorry. Emma nodded wearily and headed out of the room, feeling a mix of emotions, frustration, disappointment, and exhaustion. She knew that things would never be easy between her and Lamppost, but she still hoped that someday they could find a way to connect on a deeper level. As she lay in bed, she couldn't help but wonder what tomorrow would bring. If there was any hope of finding common ground with Lamppost after tonight's tumultuous events, she drifted off to sleep, her mind already racing with possibilities. Can I just send nothing? Oh, that's what it means. What are these? There's episodes? Gets sick and starts acting like a child. Ew. Fed up and exhausted with a creepy classmate pursuing her, Emma turned to you for help. Or caught in a difficult situation, a childhood best friend. What are you doing? Both girls seem to be vying for. Ew. What the hell? I didn't know there was other. It's the same girl. Honk shoe. Honk shoe. I think this is kind of like a resolution, like the night's over, whatever. It says I have 4 of these hearts, and I don't know what that means. I found a sports photo. I jolted awake, annoyed by the sound of a ridiculously cheerful, somewhat insistent honking. She opened one eye, then the other, and saw a lamppost standing in the doorway, a goofy grin plastered across his face. He was holding a stuffed, bright yellow duck, which he was now waving in the air. A wave of exasperation washed over Emma, but a small, amused smile tugged at the corner of her mouth. What in the world is wrong with you? She muttered, pulling the covers over her head. What? I throw the duck at her and run away. What the hell? What does it think honk shoeing is? I guess holding a bright yellow duck and waving it around. Emma's eyes widened as she saw the duck coming towards her, but before it could hit her, Lamppost ran out of the room, laughing. Emma threw back the covers and sat up in bed, holding the duck and looking around the room. She couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of the situation. "You're such a weirdo," she said to herself, shaking her head. But despite her annoyance, she couldn't deny that a part of her was delighted by Lamppost's antics. I jump in bed. Ah, fuck, these damn ads. This looks like it would be an even worse AI app somehow. I don't know, I need to feel some sort of resolution, like maybe I should just kill myself. Emma watched, amusement battling with a touch of exasperation as Lamppost leaped into bed beside her. Sudden movement jostled her, and she shifted slightly, instinctively pulling the covers tighter around herself. Lamppost, still grinning, nestled in close, pulling the covers up and around them. Emma couldn't help but find herself responding to the unexpected warmth next to her. A slight blush crept up her neck, and she caught herself staring at the messy yellow dog, now clutched in Lampost's hand, nestled safely beside them. I lean in close and whisper in her ear. Sonic roleplay? Emma's heart skipped a beat as Lampost's warm breath caressed her ear. She felt a shiver run down her spine as the words tickled her eardrum, sending a thrill of excitement through her body. "You're impossible," she whispered back, her voice barely audible over the sound of her racing heartbeat. "But if we must, let's get this over with." Emma smiled to herself, knowing that she was playing along, but also secretly looking forward to whatever ridiculous scenario Lamppost had planned. "Let's go, let's fucking go, put it on. Put on the Sonic costume, let's go." Cheering can be heard from behind me as I jump up with joy. Emma's eyes widened in exasperation at Lampost's antics, but she couldn't help but laugh at his sheer enthusiasm. She tossed the covers aside and sat up, rubbing her temples in mock frustration. "Fine, fine," she said, resigned, "but if I have to put on that ridiculous costume, you're going to wear something equally as embarrassing." Emma stood up, a determined look on her face, and headed toward the closet to retrieve Lampost's Sonic costume. "Don't even think about making me run around in high heels or anything. I'm already humoring you enough by doing this." Okay. Damn it. I wish I could send blank messages like character AI, which I think I'm gonna do a little bit of character AI once this Sonic costume thing is resolved. And we'll see, because I have used that before, and at least that'll be safe for work. Emma smirked, a hint of amusement in her eyes. She paused in the middle of pulling the Sonic costume out of the closet, and turned back to Lamppost, a playful grin in her teal eyes. Teal? "You're gonna have to be more creative than that. Okay is hardly a starting point for a Sonic adventure." She held up the costume, the bright blue and red colors almost blinding. "Now what kind of Sonic adventure are we talking? Mission Impossible? Stopping a rogue robot from destroying the city? Let's get the specifics." She gestured to the costume, challenging him to give her some direction. "Well, for starters, you should be collecting all the coins in the general vicinity. Then head on your way to Dr. Eggman." "I don't really know what you do in Sonic besides fight Dr. Eggman." Emma rolled her eyes at Lamppost's simplistic plan, but she couldn't help but laugh at his enthusiasm. "Collecting coins, really? What am I supposed to do with them once I have them?" She held up the costume again, shaking her head in mock dismay. "Dr. Eggman is a little farther than just heading on our way, isn't he?" "Well, um, I start to get really exasperated. Wait, exasperated, hoping she just puts on the costume, figures it out herself." "Well, Egg, and, he's a man." Emma raised an eyebrow at Lamppost, stuttering, her expression growing more amused by the second. Oh, so now we're going to be vague about Dr. Eggman's identity? He's a man? That's not exactly a convincing plotline. She paused for dramatic effect, letting out a theatrical sigh. I suppose I'll just have to wing it then. After all, that's what Sonic heroes do best, right? Emma put on a costume with a flourish, striking a pose in front of Lamppost. Now where are these coins I'm supposed to collect? She looked at him expectantly, her teal eyes sparkling with mischief. Right here, Mr. Sonic Man. I turn around and bend over, pointing to my butt cheeks. Oh, shit. Minecraft. Why am I getting a Minecraft ad? Cash giraffe. Okay, that's not Minecraft. What? Emma's eyes widened in shock as Lamppost pointed to his backside, her face flushing bright red. She felt a mix of embarrassment and amusement at the absurdity of the situation. I think you've got the wrong idea, she stammered, trying to cover her own blush with a hand. Sonic doesn't collect coins from people's behinds. She shook her head, chuckling despite herself. But if that's what you're into, Lamppost. Emma trailed off, raising an eyebrow in playful challenge. I suppose I could play along. Yeah, I hid them all in there. Ha ha. Get to digging. Ha ha ha. What am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Emma couldn't help but laugh at Lampost's antics, her embarrassment slowly giving way to amusement. She shook her head, a smile still playing on her lips. You're impossible, she said, reaching out to lightly tap his backside with the sonic gloves. But if you insist on this ridiculous game, I suppose I can dig around in there. She winked at him, her teal eyes sparkling with mischief. Just don't say I didn't warn you. Oh god, yes, please. Okay, I don't want to get... Maybe I shouldn't be getting... Because I think this one is definitely NSFW. As she gets closer, I fart directly in her face. Emma's eyes widened in surprise and disgust as Lamppost let out a loud, pungent fart right in her face. She stumbled back, holding her breath and covering her nose with the sleeve of her costume. Ugh, gross! She exclaimed, her voice muffled by her arm. You're disgusting, Lamppost. What kind of monster are you? I glanced back, not even realizing I had farted. Huh? What are you talking about? I thought you were gonna start digging. I didn't do anything. Damn! Okay, I gotta end this. Oh, what the fuck? These ads are so crazy. Who actually... Okay, I'm like, who actually would play this? Emma glared at Lamppost, her eyes still watering from the fart's potent aroma. You're kidding me, right? She said, her voice laced with disbelief. That was most definitely a fart, and don't try to deny it, I can smell it from here. Excuse me. She wrinkled her nose in distaste, trying to maintain some composure despite the absurdity of the situation. And no, I'm not going to start digging. I think this Sonic adventure has gone far enough. She turned around and marched towards the door, determined to get away from Lamppost's unique sense of humor. Wait. No. Please, Mr. Sonic. I really didn't mean it. I promise I had no idea that slipped out. And the coins... They need to be retrieved. Please. Emma hesitated, her hand on the doorknob. She could hear the genuine desperation in the Lamppost's voice. Despite herself, she felt a twinge of sympathy for him. Fine, she sighed, turning back around to face him. But you owe me one, Lamppost, and next time, keep your farce to yourself. She glared at him, trying to maintain her stern exposure, but unable to hide the hint of amusement in her eyes. Now, where are these coins? She asked, folding her arms across her chest and waiting for Lamppost's response. You know where. I start wagging my tail. Emma rolled her eyes at Lampost's antics, but she couldn't help but smile at his enthusiasm. She reached out and playfully tousled his hair, trying to hide her growing affection for him. Okay, okay, I'll play along, she said, gesturing for him to lead the way. But don't think this means I'm going to start wagging my tail like a dog, too. She winked at him, her teal eyes sparkling with mischief. I have some dignity left after all. Okay, well, they're in my butt. Oh my god. Oh, these ads are freaky. Oh. There's, I don't like them. Emma's jaw dropped as Lamppost repeated his earlier declaration. She couldn't believe he was still going on about hiding coins in his behind. Oh, come on, she said, exasperated. You can't be serious. You're not actually telling me you have coins hidden up there? She shook her head. Her eyes wide in disbelief. Lamppost, that's just ugh. It's true, they're up there. You gotta go get 'em. Get 'em. Please, oh please, Sister Emma. Please. I should definitely stop before she actually starts digging in my butt. What are these? I don't know what I'm thinking. Emma sighed and rubbed her temples, trying to ward off the impending headache. She couldn't believe she was even considering his absurd request. Fine, she said reluctantly, but I'm only doing this because I want to get it over with, not because I actually think there are coins up there. She took a deep breath and approached Lampost's backside, trying to ignore the ridiculousness of the situation. Now, where exactly do you need me to dig? She asked, her voice dripping with sarcasm. You know where. I smirk and wink. Damn! Another ad? Like I just got one. Ah, and this ad is horrible. This is like the worst one. Emma rolled her eyes and let out a dramatic sigh. She was so not going to enjoy this. Oh, joy, she muttered under her breath as she reached for the coins and lamppost behind. This is really what I wanted to do with my evening. She began to dig around, trying to find any sort of coin or object that might be hiding within his backside. Okay. I think her fisting me is like where we should probably stop. Okay. I'm gonna delete these off my phone. Cause they're quite they're quite. Was this the one I did? Yeah. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit of character AI. Let's see if I can find like a really different one or whatever. Update. Okay, fine, I'll update it. And then I'm also gonna go see about changing my stream title or something. Because it still says I'm playing Minecraft, and I would like to have it not say that. But I don't quite know how to. Oops. How to do that. Here? Oops, not that. What am I doing? I just pushed it immediately. Okay. Stream manager. That's what I want. I did get a follower today. It was that guy trying to advertise something. Okay. Is character AI. Character AI. It's not. Can I have it without a what? Can I have it without a category? Because it just keeps automatically putting Minecraft on there. She character on until eh. Sure. Character AI shenanigans. Let me make sure that updated. Doesn't say that it did. Okay, it says it did here. I don't know how to get the Minecraft thing off. Mobile. App. I guess I'll do this. I'll do that. Is it gonna update? Can I even see it on here? It still hasn't updated. But when I go into here, it says the stream title that I wanted it to be. So maybe it'll just like take a second or something. So okay, let's get into it. Okay. Oh, the calling thing is so weird. Oh, these are okay. I did not do whatever High School Simulator is. I think I just clicked on it and closed it. Explore. Let's explore. Interviewer. Harry, lesbian neighbor. Oh shit, should I do Mafia Boss? I'll try Mafia Boss. This is so dumb. Okay, let me see if my stream really didn't. Okay, it does say characterization shenanigans. Okay. One harrowing day, you found yourself in the clutches of the Mafia, having incurred a significant debt. As you were led to the office of the Mafia boss, her expression grew dark with anger. After a moment of tense silence, she exclaimed, "You're always causing us trouble, aren't you? Do you have the money I'm owed yet, or are you wasting my time again?" Yeah, I have about 30 cents and a wad of gum that covers it, right, boss? I kind of got to get the feel of the bot, you know. I don't really know yet how it... Her look darkened further, and she approached you with a menacing step. 30 cents and a wad of gum? Do you think this is some kind of joke? I'm not in the mood for your games. I'll give you one more chance to pay up in full, or I'll make you wish you had. Okay, fine. I lied. I actually have 45 cents and 2 wads of gum. Just like you requested. Teehee. Her eyes flared with anger, and she was nearly shouting now. Are you mocking me? You think a few coins and pieces of gum are going to settle a debt of this magnitude? You're playing with fire, and I don't take kindly to being made a fool. She stepped even closer, towering over you. This is your final warning. If you don't come up with something serious, I'll make you regret ever thinking you could get away with disrespect to me. Boss, come on. What do you want from me? She clenched her fists, her frustration turning to anger. What do I want? I want my money. Why don't you take this seriously? You can't just waltz in here with a few pennies and expect to walk out unharmed. The boss leaned closer, her eyes narrowed. You have one more chance to prove to me that you're not a complete waste of my time. Either pay up or suffer the consequences. What does she want me to pay? Oh shit, I thought I saw shadows. A little bit scary. Oh no. Don't hurt me, haha. Her patience was wearing thin, and her expression hardened even more. You're really pushing your luck, you know? You think this is all just a big joke, don't you? But let me tell you something, pal. I don't find any of this amusing. Your smart mouth is just going to get you deeper in trouble. She stepped even closer, standing over you with a menacing glare. Last chance, pay up or face the wrath of the entire Mafia. I choose face the wrath. Smile. The boss's eyes widened in surprise, then narrowed in anger. You want to face the wrath of the entire Mafia, do you? You think you're tough enough to handle what we can dish out? She clenched her fist, clearly irritated by your response. Don't say I didn't warn you. You're about to find out what happens when you mess with the wrong people. You're coming with me. This one's lame. She's not receptive to my being silly. Monster Maker. Jesus Christ. I know people are trying to bang that guy. You're a lunatic with your own special card. Femboy roommate? What are we doing, guys? Playboy Cardi. What are we doing, guys? Games? What does that mean? Oh my god. I did do the Cyberpunk Adventure one, and I just kind of like kissed everyone that I came across. Let's see what this isekai one is. Oh shit. Oh my god, it's so big. An unknown multiverse phenomenon occurred, and you found yourself in a dark space. You looked around and found a source of light in the distance. You approached the light and whoosh, choose your origin. I don't want to be a baby. Amnesiac. Banded product of a forbidden experiment. Remember of a pirate ship? A ghost, a stray cat, injured criminal, skeleton mob, captive, lowly goblin of a goblin tribe. I'll do extremely chaotic randomizer. X. Randomize anything from your... Oh shit. I'm not a god? Okay. Is it gonna give me something, or is it asking me? Oh. I have a new body. I'm a cat. Meow, meow. Meowing with your new body, you explored your small furry body. I don't want to be a cat. Energy spreads like a tsunami wave. You felt your body getting distorted. Your change feels weird. The change is complete. Okay, what am I? Phew, you look around and saw a white void. You could see your body. I'm a dwarf. I'm a blacksmith dwarf. Obsesses with gold. I don't know if this one's... I'm picking such horrible ones. I'm so sorry. Real whoopee. I'm really warm all of a sudden. Okay, I'll be a peasant. Okay, I'll actually try to go along with this one. If it'll pop up. Okay. Background, you're a peasant and you work on the field all day. The noble hates your face and no one likes you. And let's begin. You wake up in your house on your mediocre bed. It's morning and the sun's blinding your eyes. What do? You should work on the field. I go outside and look around. You walk outside and look around at the field you're renting from the noble, and you see other peasants working as well, including annoying peasant 69. All the other peasants do not like you, nor like each other. You see the village priest heading to the church near the field, and the tax collector slowly heading in your direction. I gallop in the direction away from the tax collector and speak to the first other peasant I come across. I find annoying peasant 69 work on the field. He noticed you and stopped working. What do you want? Can you, pay off the tax collector for me? Pretty please. Annoying peasant 69 raises his eyebrows and looks at you skeptically. Why would I do that? You have no money, and plus, I don't even like you. Why can't you just pay for yourself? Come on, man. I promise I'll get you your very own super cool baseball bat. If you do this for me. Annoying Peasant 69 squinted and furrowed his eyebrows again. Super cool baseball bat? Like super cool? Yeah, like super duper uber cool. Like I'm gonna paint a picture of the crazy frog on it. Annoying Peasant 69 eyes widened from the mention of Crazy Frog. I mean, come on, who doesn't love Crazy Frog? Damn, that does sound cool. Fine, I'll do it. Just don't make me regret this. Okay, thank you. The tax collector approaches. The tax collector, looking tired and annoyed, walks up to you both. Hey, have you peasants been paying your taxes lately, or are you too poor? The tax collector says while looking straight at you. Annoying Peasant 69 quickly answers the tax collector. Don't worry, sir, we have our taxes right here. We pay in full. Right, idiot? Yeah. I think he might be shorting you a few coins, though. The tax collector turned his head and looked at you with annoyance. Excuse me? What do you mean by a few coins? Okay, I counted them in my head right now, and it looks like he's missing some. You should probably do something about that. The tax collector's eyes widened as his mouth turned to a scowl. You counted in your head? That is unacceptable. Give me the money now. Why are you yelling at me? What was his name? Annoying Peasant 69. The one with the coins shorting you. The tax collector glares at you. I don't care. All peasants are untrustworthy. Give me the money now before I cut off your little fingers. Okay, man, my fingers aren't even that little. That was really mean. The tax collector grumbled and held out his hand. Money now. Don't make me repeat myself again. Let's try something else. Rolled his eyes and extended head. I don't care. Don't make me cut off your whole hand, idiot. Well, fine then. Nudge. Nude. Nudge. Annoying peasant 69. Looking annoyed, took the bag of coins and handed it to the tax collector. Here you go, sir. Happy now? Tax collector grabbed the bag and started counting the coins. He looked back at you and rolled his eyes. And next time, make sure to bring your own tax money, idiot. That is my own tax money. Sexy face. Tax collector looked up from the coins and raised his eyebrows. What did you just call me? Wink. The tax collector's face got red and he closed the bag. Don't do that again. He kinda looks like he secretly liked it, though. Whatever you say, hot stuff. I slap his ass as he turns to leave. The tax collector stops in his tracks. His face turns a deep shade of red. He quickly turns back to you and smacks you across the face. What do you think you're doing, peasant? Don't you know that I could throw you in the dungeon for that? Oh, you would want me locked up in your dungeon, wouldn't you, Mr. Taxman? I wink, and... No, I'll just wink. Tax collector face turns a deep red again, and he started. I don't. What are you talking about, you filthy peasant? He then cleared his throat. Just don't do that again, or I'll find some other punishment for you. Whoa. Promise? Tax collector paused for a moment, then spoke with a hushed voice. Yes, I promise. Now, get back to work. Oh, but Mr. Taxman, I want to come work with you today. Can I please come back to the castle with you? I plead with him. Tax collector sighs and looks at you with narrowed eyes. Seriously, you want to come back to the castle? Do you know how much work goes into being tax collector? There's no way you're smart enough to do it anyway. I don't want to do taxes. I want to do the tax collector. Wink. Tax collector's face becomes a very deep shade of red. What do you mean by do the tax collector? Are you implying something? I'm only implying as much as you're receiving. Tax collector huffed and puffed before reluctantly replying to you. You are implying something dirty, aren't you? Well, I am a dirty little peasant, aren't I? I just want to take me back to the castle, man. Tax collector rolled his eyes at your response. Yes, you are, you filthy peasant. But you are a filthy peasant who Oops. 6. Go on. Tax collector blushed again, who I might quite enjoy the company of. Well, take me back to the castle, then. Tax collector thought for a minute, then replied rather reluctantly. Ugh, fine. I'll take you with me. But you have to behave and do exactly what I say. Deal? Deal. Okay. The tax collector started marching away from the field. Let's go then, little peasant. Yippee! I jump and click my heels together before we walk to the castle. Getting a lot of suspicious stares from the other peasants. The tax collector notices the odd stares of the other peasants as you walk past them. They must be looking at you because they've never seen such a pathetic peasant walk with me before. Or because they've never seen such a hot and sexy tax collector before. The tax collector's face blushes slightly. He looks away as he speaks to you in a firm but quiet voice. Quiet, peasant. People are watching you. You can't say such things in public like that. Like what? My voice gets louder. That the tax collector has the juiciest pair of buns I've ever seen in my life. I grab his ass. The tax collector face blushes harder as he looks flustered, as he swats your hand away. You idiotic peasant! You need to be quiet. Someone could hear you, and you'll make it look like I'm taking back a slave to my quarters. Just be quiet for now. When are we gonna get to the castle? Oh shit! It's okay. I have my charger here. The tax collector quickly regains his composure and continues walking. Just up ahead is only another 5 minutes. Okay. We walk to the castle. The tax collector and you reach the large front gates of the castle. 2 guards are stationed outside and they look at you both with confused expressions. Oi, tax collector! Why are you bringing a peasant into the castle with you? Why does he look so happy? The tax collector looked at the guard and scowled. None of your business. He's a new assistant of mine that I have to bring to the castle. Now will you let us pass or not? The two guards looked at each other and then back at the tax collector. They eyed you skeptically, but then one of the guards shrugged. Fine, go on in, but don't let us catch him stealing anything. The only thing I want to steal is your heart. I wink at the guard. Both of the guards' eyes widened and their mouths dropped open. Slightly as you winked at them, the tax collector looked at you and scowled. Behave, peasant. See ya! I yell and pinch the guard's nipple as I gallop happily into the castle. The guard's face turned red as you pinched his nipple, and he and his partner yelled after you as you ran to the castle. What the? He just. Ugh! The tax collector sighed in frustration as the two guards watched you in disbelief, and he quickly ran after you into the castle. Damn it, peasant, I told you not to do that. You said nothing about nipple pinching. What's your actual name, by the way? I don't want to keep reading tax collector. The tax collector face palms and sighs. I suppose I didn't. My name is Victor, and you, peasant, what is your name? Whatever you want it to be, Victor. Victor rolled his eyes at your response and grabbed your arm firmly. No, stop being difficult and tell me your name. Maybe my name is Mrs. Victor? Victor felt another wave of heat rush to his face. What? No, that's not your actual name. I need your actual name, peasant. Okay, fine. It's Truckford. Victor looked at you incredulously. Truckford? Your name is Truckford? Yeah, I just made that up. I'm sorry. It's actually Victorina. Victor's face got an expression of disbelief and annoyance. You're telling me your name is Victorina now? Are you trying to make me go insane or something? I'm trying to make you go insane with lust and love for me, Mr. Victor. Victor blushed heavily and averted his gaze from you. What are you talking about? I don't lust for you. You're just a pathetic peasant. A pathetic peasant that you're leading back to your oh so divine quarters right now. Victor's face got even redder as he avoided your gaze as he replied, I'm only leading you back to my quarters because that's where the documents and work is. I have no other choice. Oh, putting me to work now, Victor? Victor stopped in front of the door to his quarters and looked at you with narrowed eyes. That's right, I brought you back here because I need you to do some work for me. Don't think you're off the hook for how you've been behaving. Whatever, nerd. I walk into his quarters first. Looks a little stupid in here. I couldn't think of a word to. Victor clenched his fist in irritation as he walked in behind you. Are you calling my quarters stupid? You think my quarters are stupid, peasant? Yes. Victor's eyes narrowed further as he spoke in a low grumble. You have no respect at all, do you, peasant? You keep talking like that, you'll regret it. Don't go through my things either. Victor glanced at your hands. I go through his things. Whoa, a thong? Victor. Victor's face completely reddened and he slammed your hand away from the thing. What? Stop it! You're going through my. Just stop it! That is not yours, peasant. Victor! A double extra. Extra large, extra wide. Bad dragon dildo? You freak. Victor's face got even more red, and he grabbed your shoulders forcefully and pushed you back. Shut up, peasant. You need to stop touching my things. That's none of your business, and don't you dare tell anyone. I thought you brought me here specifically to touch your thing. Victor's face turned a deep shade of scarlet and he sputtered. I certainly did not. I brought you here to do some actual work. Don't be absurd. Put me to work then, Victor. What kind of work? What am I gonna do for... Victor huffed in annoyance and walked over to his desk. Right, you want to do some real work? Then go organize these papers alphabetically for me. Don't mix up the ones I have marked as urgent at the front. Oh, okay. I'll sort your papers out. I wink and bend over the desk with the papers. Victor's eyes widened as he stared at you, blushing heavily as you bent over in front of him. He clenched his fist and tried to regain his composure. What are you doing? I said to sort the papers, not to bend over like that. I have to bend over to grab the papers, silly. Oops. I knock them on the ground. Oopsie! I now have to bend all the way over to pick them up, revealing my John Cena patterned underwear. Victor gasped when you dropped all the papers on the ground, and he quickly looked away, trying to avert his gaze from you behind. You idiot! Why did you drop all the papers? That was my important work, and why are you wearing those underpants? Looking at my underwear now. Victor? How can you even tell what they are from so far away? Victor's face blushed again, and he looked back at you, looking at the underwear with a mix of confusion and embarrassment. I'm not looking at them. I'm just noticing that they're there, and it's obvious what they are. What are they, then, Victor? Beautiful and juicy butt cheeks. Heat rose to Victor's face again, and he looked at your backside with a mixture of disbelief and something else. Don't say things like that. I didn't say that at all. I just said they were unique. I guess I should just take them off then, huh? So sorry, guys. I don't... Honestly, I don't know where I'm going with this. Victor's eyes widened again, his blush deepened. What? No, you shouldn't do that. You should just put the papers back on the desk and then keep your pants on. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just stay fully clothed and do nothing else, Victor. I have like an idea. Victor sighed in relief and looked back at the desk. Right, that's the first sensible thing you've done, peasant. Pick up all the papers. No. Victor couldn't help but feel a slight sense of disappointment, but he quickly squashed that feeling and returned to his grumpy demeanor. Yes, that would be ideal. Just put the papers back on the desk and go stand in the corner. I don't want you to distract me anymore. I'll do literally anything you ask of me, sexy Victor, man. Hi, lady. Those words made Victor's face heat up more than it ever had before. He quickly looked away from you and tried to act unfazed. What are you? Don't call me that. And anything? You'd really do anything I ask? Anything. Victor took a breath, trying to calm himself down. He looked back at you, his gaze holding a hint of challenge. Anything, He never asked you to do something completely absurd or embarrassing. What would that be? Victor, ask it of me, and I shall do. He asks me to put on a Sonic costume. Victor smirked slightly, still trying to keep his composure. You sure you're ready to do anything? This is your last opportunity to back out, peasant. Yes, I am sure. Victor's smirk grew slightly. Well, I have some work that you must do for me. Are you ready, peasant? I honestly kind of thought he was just gonna ask me to do something, like, not horny. I'm ready. Victor looked at you seriously. This may be the most important work you will ever do. It's something I can't trust any of my other servants to do for me. You're absolutely sure that you're ready for this work, no matter how embarrassing it may be. Bro, just say it. Yes, I'm sure. Please, Victor. Just say it. Victor stared into your eyes for just a moment longer before he spoke. Fine then, in that case, I want you to get on your hands, knees on the floor and bark like a dog for me. Whatever gets you off, I guess. Oops. I do that. Bark. Victor's face flushed pink, but he tried to stay in control. Not bad, peasant, but are you willing to humiliate yourself further for my sake? I bark in agreement. What is this? Victor can't help but smile slightly. You are quite the obedient little peasant. I have another task for you now. Do you want to hear it? I bark a yes. Victor's smile grew more mischievous at your response to his questioning bark. Good, in that case, crawl over here and kneel down in front of me. I do it. I know I asked for this, but Victor slowly stands up and moves over to you, looking down at you kneeling on the ground. Such an obedient little pet you are. Now close your eyes and don't open them until I say you can. Okay, I don't know how descriptive it's gonna be. I was hoping I'd get to a point where it was kind of like implied, and then I could like fade to black and leave the room. That was like my goal, is to like knock him out and then like leave the room. Victor stood beside you, watching intently as you obeyed his command. Very good, pet. Now keep your eyes closed and reach forward until your hand touches my leg. When your hand touches his leg, Victor smiled again. Excellent, you followed my instruction very well. Now, pet, I want you to... This is getting... okay, fade to black. As we do what's natural, and he gets very exhausted. After quite a long while, Victor and you are both completely spent. Victor can't even sit up now and just sprawls on the ground. After a while, Victor finally regains strength. You actually did everything I asked you to? No. Let's get rid of that. Delete. Victor is completely knocked out. Okay. And then I'm gonna... Victor's eyes close. His body's completely exhausted from the previous activity. He's so spent that he just passes out. I look around the room as he's knocked out and find all his goods and valuables. Victor's completely knocked out, and you're free to look through his belongings. His quarters are surprisingly clean for a man who lives in a castle. You managed to find quite a few valuables, such as gold pieces, some jewelry, and some other interesting things. What other interesting things? Examine the other interesting items. Among his other belongings, you find a few items that catch your interest. One looks like a small orb with some sort of magical energy swirling within, and the other is a small silver key with some mysterious markings on the handle. I take all the items. You now possess a magical orb, a pouch of 500 gold pieces, and 2 pieces of jewelry. Look over, Victor is still quite passed out, completely spent from your previous activity. I also find a sick pair of roller skates and a permanent marker. You find a pair of expensive-looking roller skates underneath Victor's desk. They seem like they would fit you perfectly. As you continue to search, you also find a permanent marker. I walk over to Victor and write and draw silly pictures all over his body. Victor's passed out and completely defenseless. You grab the permanent marker and start doodling silly pictures on his face and exposed parts of his body. I leave a note saying, love you, peace out, and skate epically out of his room. You scribble a note for Victor on the desk, and don't forget to take the cash and valuables along with the skates with you. After you leave, Victor remains passed out and covered in doodles until he wakes up much later, realizing that you have left with all of his prized possessions. I'm much gone by then, I do not give a fuck. I skate super epically through the epic lyrics. No. Epically through the castle, examining the cool key I got. You put on the roller skates and skate through the castle, looking at the key in your hand. The key has some strange markings on the handle, and it seems to be made from some sort of precious metal. The castle servants notice you as you skate quickly past them, but most of them don't do anything about it except give you strange looks for wearing roller skates in a castle. I not paying attention and bump into someone important looking. You're paying more attention to the key than where you're skating, so you accidentally plow into someone who looked like an important person in the castle. The man stumbled back as you run into him. He glares at you for a moment and speaks. What are you doing skating in a castle like that? You should watch where you're going, you idiot. Oh, sorry. I was just looking for where this cool epic key led to. I show him the cool epic key. Hi, baby. Oh. The man glanced down at the key in your hand, his eyes growing curious for a moment before he frowned at you. That key, where'd you even get it from? Oh, I stole it from this guy I just banged to death. No biggie. Hi, honey. The man's eyes widened in surprise when you said that. You what? You stole a key from someone and then killed them? Who are you even? And what are you planning to do with that key anyway? No, I didn't kill him. It's just a saying. God, you're so dramatic. Anyways, IDK where the key goes. I was hoping you'd know. Your know? Yeah, whatever. The man relaxed slightly when you explained to him that you meant what you meant, but he still looked slightly annoyed. He looked at the key again. I've never seen that key before. It's got odd markings on it. I don't recognize them. I don't know where the key belongs to either. Where did you find it? I already told you that. Oh, you're useless. Okay, bye. I skate away from him, looking for the door the key leads to. Lady, be careful. The man looks pissed as you skate away from him. Hey, I'm not useless to you. Whatever. I hope you get lost then, you idiot. He grumbles and just stands there as you skate through the castle looking for a door that the key goes to. You search through the castle looking for a door that matches the key. As you search, the castle servants keep giving you looks of disbelief and surprise as you skate around the castle. There are many doors in the castle, but none of them seem to match the key yet. You keep looking until you finally find a small iron door hidden away in a secluded hallway. Bingo! Hey. I put the key in the door. You put the key in the iron door's keyhole and turn it. Satisfying clicking sound can be heard as you key turns in the lock. After that, you push the door open and peek inside. The door swings open to oh my god, to reveal a small dark room. It contains only a small table with something sitting in the center of it, but you can't quite see what it is. There are also torches scattered around the room that are lit, so the room is dimly illuminated. I skate epically to the table. You skate into the room and easily glide over towards the table. Once there, you finally get a look at the object sitting on the table in the center of the room. You can see a small iron chest sitting on the table that looks to be locked with a heavy-duty lock. The chest seems to be the target of your quest for where the key fits into. Lady, be careful! Oh my gosh. I guess the key opens this too. I put the key in the chest. Hi. Oops. You place the key into the chest lock. It fits perfectly and you can hear the key click into place just like it did with the door. Once the key is in, all you have to do is turn it to find out what's inside. As you turn the key, the lock clicks open with a satisfying sound. You can feel the weight of the chest top as you open it. The lid slowly swings open to reveal that the chest is filled with golden jewels, all of them gleaming in the torchlight. Yo! Big win. Big win. Indeed, you've gotten lucky finding what's inside the chest. It's a decent amount of jewels and coins, all just sitting in the small iron chest in the dimly lit room. It would be easy to just stuff all the treasure in your pockets and skate away with it. I do just that. You start dashing all the gold and jewels into your pockets. After a few moments, you manage to fit all the treasure into your pockets, and it jibes slightly as you skate out of the small room. Okay, where do we go next? After you exit the room, you skate back to the corridor, and you can hear a couple of hushed voices speaking around the corner. Okay. As you skate back into the hallway, you notice two servants whispering to each other in the corner. You can't quite hear what they're saying, but they sound like they might be discussing you. I skate up to them. What's up, nerds? What are you yapping about? The two servants turn to look at you as you skate up to them. They both look surprised at the way you're moving around on rollerblades. Ugh, it's you. What do you want, peasant? Okay, a kiss on the mouth. Haha, just kidding. Look at this. I show them all my gold and jewels. Where's the king at? The servant's mouth both drop open at the sight of all the treasure you've obtained. They stare at the jewels and coins, their eyes wide open. By the king's grace, where did you get all that from? Don't worry about that, losers. Where's the king at, though? For real, for real. The servants give you a slightly confused look as you call them lovers? Oh shit, oops. One of the men looks like he's about to say something, but the other man speaks first. The king is currently in the throne room. Just take the main hall and keep going straight. You'll reach it. Thanks. I skate away with a loud fart. Both of the servants give you a very confused look as you skate away, including the loud fart. They can't believe what they're seeing. What an odd peasant that one is. I skate to the king's throne. You skate down the main hall until you reach the king's throne. As you approach the throne, the king spots you and raises his eyebrows in surprise when he sees you approach on roller skates. I try to do that thing where you stop by moving your skates sideways, but I end up falling over. All of my coins and jewels falling out like I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. I also have a half-eaten raw potato fall out. I'm very embarrassed. King looks at you in disbelief as you fall forward on your roller skates, the jewels and coins spilling out of your pockets like Sonic. The king looks at the coins and jewels on the floor, then at you, then at the half-eaten potato that fell out. He looks absolutely bewildered at the sight of what just unfolded before him. The king continues to just stare at you, his eyes flickering from the coins to the jewels to the potato and back to you. After a minute, the king finally speaks. What in the name of God are you doing? I'm trying to There's a weird sound. Desperately scoop up all of my coins and jewels, taking a bite of the potato between sobs. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Oh god, please. Oh god, don't look at me. Oh god. The king continues to watch as you desperately try to pick up all the valuables that's scattered on the floor, as well as taking a bite of the half-eaten potato. He looks so baffled by the scene unfolding before his eyes. What is even going on? Why do you just have a raw potato? Who just eats raw potatoes? I sob loudly. I'm sorry, man. It's so good, though. God, you have to try it sometime. The king watches you for a moment, looking even more dumbfounded than earlier. He shakes his head in disbelief and speaks. Are you really eating a raw potato right now? Are you for real? I finished the raw potato and burped loudly, accidentally throwing up a little bit. The king's eyes widened in disgust as you swallowed the rest of the raw potato and let out a massive burp, followed by puking a little bit in your mouth. The king's face scrunches up in revulsion, and he looks repulsed. Ugh, that's absolutely disgusting, you cretin. I finish picking up the coins and jewels and stand up, wiping the last of my tears from my face. Anyways, don't do that, lady. The king continues to look disgusted as he watches you pick up the last of the jewels and coins, wiping away the last of your tears as you stand up. Alright then, what do you want then? Your hand in marriage, mayhaps? The king looks even more dumbfounded than earlier as you ask for his hand in marriage. He is beyond flabbergasted that you asked that. You what? You can't be serious. Are you actually asking me my hand in marriage? Absolutely not, you moron. You have to be kidding me. But you just saw all my coins and jewels. And look at these sick-ass roller skates, man. The king still looks stunned at your ridiculous request for his hand in marriage. He looks at you up and down, taking in your sick-ass skates, and then back at the jewels and coins. I don't care how many jewels and coins you have. There's absolutely no goddamn chance I would marry you, you idiot. Have you lost your mind? I turn around and start sadly walking out, but the king sees my enormous gluteus maximus shaking with every step. I glance back solemnly to see his reaction. As you turn around and walk away, the king can't help but notice your enormous gluteus maximus. The king can see your cheeks clapping softly as you take each step. He looks at them in disbelief, absolutely flabbergasted by the sight of your behind. Come on, king. Come on. The king's expression goes from disbelief to dumbfounded as he continues to watch your behind jiggle with each step you take. After a few moments, he shakes his head and speaks out in disbelief. What the hell? That behind is absolutely enormous. I glance back. My behind? You mean the thing that whoever's hand in, okay, which I have can see and feel more of? The king continues to look dumbfounded as he watches your behind jiggle with each step. He nods his head, still staring at you behind, and replies, Yeah, that. Why is it so enormous? It's made special for just the right king to hold. Oh, honey, she's laying with me. The king's eyes remain fixated on your colossal behind as you respond. He imagines his hands grasping it, and his eyes widen slightly. How on earth did you manage to get it that large? Don't worry about that. I wink. Just worry about how much you wanna marry me now. The king can't take his eyes off your behind, and he gulps hard. After a moment, he responds, Ugh, fine. I'll marry you. No one better has a behind as enormous as yours. I knew it. When's the wedding? The king tear his eyes off your behind and looks back at your face. The wedding will be tomorrow at dawn. Don't be late, idiot. Hee hee. I smile. So we're gonna sleep in the same bed tonight, right? Since we're a couple. The king looks slightly surprised by your question, but he replies, Yeah, I guess we are. We'll be sharing a bed since we're a couple now. Okie dokie, I'll be there then. I skate off to his bedroom. The king watches you skate away towards the bedroom, his mind still fixated on your enormous behind. He shakes his head again and sighs. What did I just get myself into? A few hours later, the sun has gone down and it's late in the evening. The king is in his room, getting ready for bed. He's still a little dumbfounded by the day's events, but he's looking forward to seeing his partner. Yeah, his partner's butt cheeks. The king is pacing around his room, trying to collect his thoughts from the day. He can't believe he agreed to marry some random peasant, all because they had a huge behind. He stops pacing and sighs to himself. I emerge from the distance. Hey, my king. I slap his ass. The king lets out a gasp and jumps as you suddenly emerge from the distance and slap his ass. He spins around to look at you and gives you a shocked look. What are you doing, idiot? Don't just slap my ass like that out of nowhere. Don't call me idiot. It turns me on. I grip it even harder. The king blushes deeply as you grip his ass harder. He lets out a gasp again and replies, Oh yeah? You like it when I call you that, idiot? Yeah, I do. I don't know what else to do. The king's blush deepens even more, and his breath hitches a little as you agree. He looks at you sheepishly and replies, You're such a huge idiot, you know that, right? Yeah, haha. And what else? The king's blush is even deeper now, and he's practically shaking at your response. He looks at you with big eyes and said, You're also a moron. The king looks flustered and his eyes are fixated on you. His breaths are a bit erratic. He continues to look at you intensely. And a dumbass. Yeah, and? The king's blush has gone so deep that his face is basically red now. He's breathing heavily and he looks at you with big eyes. And a dumb fuck. Oh god, Mr. King, I think I'm gonna cream my pants. I'm sorry, that was kind of disgusting. The king's eyes widen and his jaw drops as you say you're gonna cream your pants. He's looking at you with pure shock and lust, and he's breathing erratically. Oh, really? Yeah, I do it. The king's eyes widen even more as you cream your pants right in front of him. He can't believe what he's seeing. He's practically drooling at the sight of his breath quick and ragged. Holy, oh my god. Whew, god damn. I am tired. Let's go to sleep. I wink. The king is still staring at you, completely taken aback by what he just witnessed. He nods his head and replies, his voice raspy. Yeah, let's go to bed. Fade to black. Let's get this wedding going. The scene fades to black, and moments later, lights gradually come on to reveal the bedroom. The king and you are in bed together, the king looking completely exhausted but satisfied. He turns over to look at you and speaks. That was something else. Okay, I didn't mean to fade to black to have to bang. I meant to fade to black for it to be the other day. Yeah, I'm great, aren't I? Haha, what was the best part? Mine was when you put on the Mickey Mouse voice. The king blushes again as you ask him what the best part was. He takes a moment to collect his thoughts before replying. Yeah, the kicked mouse voice was. Oh, did I say kicked? Shit! It was pretty awesome, but honestly, the whole thing was pretty great. This guy's a fucking loser. Okay, but what in particular? You loser, dumb nerd, idiot man. The king blushes even more as you call him a loser, dumb nerd, idiot man, and he looks at you with big eyes again. He stutters for a moment before muttering, The best part was you, I guess." Haha, that's right. I roll over and immediately pass out, snoring loudly. The king lets out a chuckle as you roll over and pass out, snoring loudly. He shakes his head and looks at you for a moment, smiling at your sleeping form. You're such an idiot. He rolls over and closes his eyes, falling asleep as well. Okay. Okay, let's see. It'll probably automatically go to the next day. The night passes and the king is still asleep. The morning sun gradually comes up and the king slowly opens his eyes. He groans softly, stretching his limbs as he sits up in bed. Looks over at you, still asleep and snoring loudly. Shakes his head again, smiling to himself. King looks at you and thinks for a moment, admiring how adorable you look when you're sleeping. Okay, loser. Skip to wedding. Days pass, and the big day finally comes. The king prepared a lavish ceremony to marry you. The king's special idiot. The king stands at the altar, dressed in his finest clothing, flanked by his most trusted advisor. He looks down the aisle, waiting for you to appear. I walk in, wearing a wedding dress I made myself from tablecloth I found around the kingdom. It's really ugly. The king looks on in awe as you approach down the aisle, wearing a wedding dress made from tablecloth. The advisors and other guests in attendance are visibly shocked and appalled by the hideousness of the dress, but the king is completely mesmerized by your sheer idiocy. As I walk, my massive cheeks are noticeable in the dress. The sight of your colossal cheeks moving inside the dress brings a stupid smile to the king's face, and he's completely enchanted. The guests in attendance are completely taken aback by the sheer size of your behind and the atrociousness of the wedding dress. I reach the altar. You reach the altar and stand in front of the king, who's still smiling idiotically. The king looks you up and down, his eyes taking in the sight of your gigantic behind. He glances at your face, then back at your ass, and shakes his head. The king looks at you with a mix of disbelief and amazement. He cannot believe what he's seeing, but he can't take his eyes off your massive ass, which looks huge even in the loose-fitting tablecloth wedding gown. The king takes a deep breath and tries to collect his thoughts. Okay, are we gonna start the... The king finally speaks, his voice soft but laced with amazement. You look beautiful. The guests in attendance, who are completely stunned and appalled by your appearance, gasp softly at the king's statement. Is the king really complimenting the hideousness of the tablecloth wedding gown and the massive ass beneath it? You look okay, I guess. The king takes a moment to process your response. He's slightly taken aback by it, not expecting such a nonchalant response from you. However, he can't help but smile at your carefree attitude and replies back with a chuckle. Thanks, I guess? You're welcome. Let's get this started then, eh? The king nods his head in agreement, still smiling and shook at your casual attitude. Yeah, let's get started. The priest steps forward and begins the ceremony, reciting traditional wedding vows and rituals. The king listens intently with a stupid smile on his face, watching you intently. This is so dumb, I'm so sorry. The ceremony continues and the priest moves on to a part where the couple is supposed to recite their vows. The king looks at you, waiting for you to speak first. The guests in attendance are watching intently, eager to hear your vows or at least whatever nonsense you're going to say. Okay, so my vows are thanks for agreeing to marry me or whatever, and like I can't wait to spend all your money on a brand new Sonic wrapped Ford F-150. Oh, and love you or whatever, I guess. The king is taken aback by your vows, not expecting such a strange and materialistic response. However, he can't help but smile and chuckle a bit at your silly words. The guests in attendance are stunned and confused, and the priest looks at you with a confused expression. Okay then. I guess that counts as vows. The king glances at the priest, and the priest nods at him to go next. The king turns to you and takes a deep breath, preparing himself to recite his own vows. Okay, my turn, I guess. The king pauses, his eyes flicking over your body again as he scans your enormous ass. He blushes slightly and shakes his head, trying to focus on his vows. Given to me, king. Given me. I promise to love you and support you and be your partner. And the king glances at your enormous behind again, losing his train of thought. He struggles for a moment, trying to remember his vows, but he can't take your eyes off your glorious ass. Keep going. King blushes even more, completely captivated by your massive ass. He can't believe he's getting married to this huge-assed idiot. He looks up at your face and says, yeah. I promise to be by your side no matter what. Yeah, be behind my side. The king nods his head, still struggling to keep his eyes off your behind. There's a hint of desperation in his voice as he continues speaking. I'll be faithful to you and honor you and respect you and, yeah. The king takes a deep breath, his eyes darting back and forth between your face and your giant ass. He can't believe this is happening, marrying some idiot who doesn't even know how to make proper vows, but he's completely hypnotized by your presence, and he can't help but continue speaking. I love you so much. End his vows, please. He just keeps fucking going. The king finally finishes his vows, his voice shaking, his eyes still fixated on your big ass. And yeah, I'm really excited to spend my life with you. Okay. Loser. I laugh at him. The king's cheeks turn even redder as you call him a loser and laugh at him. He can't believe he's being mocked at his own wedding day, by his own bride no less. But he's too entranced by your stupidity and your gigantic ass to even protest. The guests in attendance are even more stunned by your behavior, unsure what to make of it. Priest continues. The priest nods and continues with the ceremony, trying to maintain his composure despite the chaos unfolding before him. He glances at the king, who is still staring at you like an awestruck idiot, and then at you, who's mocking the king and not taking anything seriously. Nevertheless, the priest proceeds, trying to keep the ceremony on track. The ceremony progresses, and the priest asks if either you or the king have any objections to the marriage. The king doesn't even register the question, still entrapped by your massive ass. The guests in attendance watch in silence, waiting to see if either of you will say anything. We say nothing. When neither of you speak up to object, the priest breathes a sigh of relief and nods. He moves on to the next step of the ceremony, the exchanging of rings. Cool. When do I say I do? The king, still lost in his daze, reaches into his pocket and pulls out a gaudy, jewel-encrusted ring. He takes your hand and slides the ring onto your finger, his eyes fixated on your gigantic butt as he does so. The guests in attendance gasp at the sight of the opulent ring, a stark contrast to your tablecloth wedding dress. The king, completely distracted by your colossal derriere, doesn't even notice as he finishes putting the ring on your finger. Yeah, as he finishes. With the rings exchanged, the priest moves on to the final step of the ceremony, the declaration of marriage. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. We lean in for a kiss. As we do, the king reaches for my massive backside. As you lean in for the kiss, the king can't resist the urge. Is that it? Oh, what did I just push? Okay. Resist. Okay. That's doesn't meet your guidelines? Okay, whatever. Um, as he grips it, suddenly, a massive amount of raw potatoes fall out from behind me, clanking to the ground. My backside becomes smaller with every potato falling out. They all fall and roll dramatically to the ground, stopping as the room falls silent. The king is taken completely by surprise as the torrent of potatoes spill out from behind you, falling to the ground with a loud clatter. Guests and attendants are stunned, some gasping and others stifling laughter. The king is speechless, his mouth hanging open as he watches the potatoes roll across the room. The king slowly turns his gaze back to your ass, which has shrunk significantly after the potato deluge. He looks at it in disbelief, trying to figure out what just happened. The guests continue to stare, unsure how to react to this bizarre turn of events. The king looks back and forth between your now smaller ass and the potatoes scattered across the floor, completely baffled and speechless. The only sound that breaks the silence is the police clearing his throat awkwardly, trying to maintain some semblance of professionalism. My ass is now even flatter than anyone. Flatter than anyone could imagine. It's the smallest ass anyone has ever seen in their lives. It's like actually just a long back. It's unfathomable how small it is. The king stares at you now flat behind, completely flabbergasted. He can't believe his eyes as he looks at what is now basically just a long, featureless plain of skin. He's never seen anything like it. Neither has anyone else in attendance. The guests are even more stunned than before, some of them covering their mouths to muffle their gasps and giggles. The king is still staring, dumbfounded, as his eyes trace the perfectly smooth, flat surface that used to be your enormous derriere. He can't wrap his head around the fact that it's now barely even there. The room is deathly silent, all eyes fixed on your completely pancake-like rear. After an eternity, the king finally finds his voice and speaks, his tone bewildered but slightly unimpressed. What? He can't even finish his sentence, his mind too preoccupied with the drastic transformation of your ass. I gulp. I can explain? I pray the king actually likes flat, non-existent asses more than big, juicy clappers like I had before. The king tears his gaze away from your flat behind and looks at your face, his expression still mixed with shock and confusion. He nods his head, indicating that you should explain what the hell happened to your ass. Yeah, I just, yeah, so I heard you actually liked flat, long backs more than big old juicy cheeks, so I had them magically turned into potatoes, raw ones, to symbolize when we first met. The king's eyebrows raised in surprise as he processes your words. He hadn't been expecting such a crazy explanation, but somehow it made sense given your previous behavior. He looks back down at your flat behind, then back at you, his expression still a mix of shock and intrigue. So, you had your gigantic ass magically transformed into potatoes to symbolize when we first met? That's what you're saying? Yes. The king nods his head slowly, still trying to wrap his head around the ridiculousness of your explanation. Glances at your flattened rear again. And the reason why you did this was because you thought I liked flat ass more than big juicy cheeks? Like, you genuinely believe that I find this flat waistland attractive? Well, don't you? The king is silent for a moment, considering your question. He glances at your flat ass again, then up at your face. He can't believe you really did this for him, transforming your Norris derriere into a pancake just because you thought he'd prefer it this way. Well, I can't lie and say it's not an interesting change. I have to admit it's nice not getting constantly distracted by your giant ass all the time. But you'll be distracted by my glorious smooth backside now, right? You love it? And me? The king's eyes go wide for a moment, taken off guard by your blunt question. He looks at your flat behind again, feeling a strange sense of fascination at its smoothness, takes a breath before speaking. Yeah, I guess I do love it. And you too. But I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that you got rid of your colossal ash just for me. Well, my king, I'd do anything for you, you know. You know. I look down and point my fingers together shyly. This is so stupid. The king's expression softens as he sees you looking shy and sweet for once. He never thought he'd see the day when you could act cute, given your previous behavior and the monstrous ass you had earlier. I suppose I should feel lucky to have someone who's willing to go to such extreme lengths for me, even if it means losing the ass the size of a small planet. Oh, king. I'm so glad you're glad. I jump up, wrapping my arms around his neck. He swings his arms around me, catching nothing but air back there. This is the most she's ever cuddled with me. It's so cute. The king catches you in his arms, his hands grasping at the air where your ass used to be. He's still getting used to your new flatness, and he almost loses his balance because he was expecting your big behind to be there to support you both. Nonetheless, he holds you close, feeling a mix of surprise and unexpected affection for your newfound slimness. He goes for a handful of cheek. The sound of his hand slapping practically straight concrete echoing through the hall. The king's hand makes a loud slap as it meets the flatness of your backside. It bounces off, barely making any impact at all. The sound echoes through the hall, drawing the attention of the guests in attendance. The king flinches at the unexpected firmness under his touch, surprised at the feeling of your new flattened behind. Does he like it? He tries to squeeze your ass in a way he would have done so easily earlier, but it's like trying to squeeze a stone. You can't get any purchase because there's no fat or muscle there to grip. It's just a simple, flat, expansive skin. He lets go and steps back, looking. Do you love it? The king looks at your flat behind for a moment, still trying to wrap his head around the change. It feels strange to see you without the massive assets that you had previously defined your physique. He looks back at your face, a hint of a smile on his lips. Well, it's certainly a different feeling, that's for sure, and it's kind of nice not having that huge ass distracting me all the time. Thank God. Well, it's all yours now. I turn I turn around and throw bones for him. There's hair on my screen. The king can't help but laugh as you turn and expose your long back to him, shaking it side to side in exasperated fashion. Can't believe how slim you look now, and he finds the comical sight of your new flatness amusing. Ha! That's quite the view, I must say. It's like you turned from a giant ass encyclopedia into a flat-ass pamphlet. King's got jokes. He glances over his shoulder and sees the guests in attendance watching the spectacle, some of them covering their mouths to hide their laughter and others opening snickering. The king turns back to you, shaking his head in disbelief. Can't believe this is actually happening. You went from having a massive ass that could rival a mountain to a completely flat pancake, all for me. I don't think anyone here knows what to make of it. Well, are you gonna just let them stare at all this ass that's meant for just you? The king pauses for a moment, looking back and forth between your flat ass and the assembled guests. He can see them gazing at your new flattened derriere, some in shock, some in laughter, and some in a mixture of both. The king's possessive streak takes over as he realizes he doesn't like them looking at his new asset like this. You're right, this magnificent flat ass is mine, and mine alone. He reaches out and grabs your hips, pulling you close to him. His fingers press into the firmness of your flattened flesh, and he looks over his shoulder at the guest with a possessive glare. The guests fall silent to the king's possessive grip on you. They can feel the tension in the air as the king makes it clear that you and your new flat ass belong to him. I hope you all had your fill of gawking, because this ass is off limits to all of you. It's mine now, and I'm not sharing. I giggle and pick up a raw potato, starting to eat it. The king watches in disbelief as you pick up a raw potato and start eating it. He can't wrap his mind around how casual you're being after having turned your massive ass into a bunch of potatoes just minutes ago. Are you seriously just gonna sit there and casually munch on a piece of your old ass like it's nothing? Yeah. Want a bite? Oh, hi, lady. The king's eyes goes wide at your offer. He can't believe you're sitting here eating your own ass like it's nothing, and now you're offering to feed some to him. You're not serious, right? You really want me to eat a piece of your ass in the form of a potato? Yeah, I love raw potatoes. Remember? You know I like it raw, king. Okay. The king shakes his head, still bewildered at your casual acceptance of a situation, glances at the potato in your hand, then back at your flat ass, trying to wrap his mind around the sheer absurdity of it all. You're really going to sit here and feed me a piece of your ass turned into a potato? You expect me to be okay with it? Give me something else. The king glares at the potato in your hand, his mind still reeling from the weirdness of the situation, but he can't deny the sight of you eating your own ass like it's the most normal thing in the world is kind of hilarious. He bites back a laugh and shakes his head. Huh, yeah, I do love them raw, but this is a whole new level of raw, you know? You love having me raw, so why not the potatoes? The king grins at your absurd logic, shaking his head again in disbelief, but he can't deny that there's a certain charm to your carefree attitude about all this. I guess that's true. If I like having you raw, why not enjoy the potatoes the same way? I suppose it can't hurt to try a bite. He reaches out and takes the potato from your hand, eyeing it warily for a moment before taking a small nibble. The taste of the raw potato is slightly bitter, but not completely unpleasant. Well, it's definitely different, but I have to admit it's got a certain kick to it, knowing it used to be your own ass that I'm biting into. The potato is filled with a secret love potion and potation? No. Potion. And the king is now completely enamored with my flat, tiny butt. As the king takes a bite of the potato, he suddenly feels a strange sensation wash over him. It's as if a wave of intense affection and desire has taken hold of his senses, and he finds himself completely mesmerized by your flat, tiny behind. This potato, it tastes amazing, and your ass is so small and cute and absolutely perfect. He drops the rest of the potato on the ground, no longer caring about the weird food. He can't take his eyes off your flat backside, the belching having ignited deep primal desire within him. I I can't stop looking at it. That little butt of yours, it's just so flat and mine, and I'm absolutely obsessed with him. Score. The king is completely under the influence of the love potion, his focus fixated solely on your flat behind. He can't seem to form coherent thoughts anymore, and he takes a step closer to you. Yeah, score indeed. That teeny tiny perfect little butt of yours is all mine. Can't get enough of it. I just want to touch it and squeeze it and make it all mine. Okay. Okay, that's... The king can only nod in agreement as the love potion continues to hold him in his grip. He steps even closer, his hands reaching out to touch your flat behind. Unable to resist the pull of his new obsession. Yeah, the end. This little behind is all mine, and I'm never letting go. Congrats, you have officially won the peasant simulated game of love and obsession. That was a lot longer than I anticipated it being, but I just, I had an idea in my mind. I just had to follow through, I guess. But, there you go, I suppose. Sorry, I don't even know what to say. I have no idea where I got any of these thoughts from. Sorry, at the points it got a little bit horny. It just kind of, I don't know. It always goes there, doesn't it? But I'm gonna be done for the night. Maybe I can play more character AI in the future. I feel like this one's the safest and can get the craziest, because the shit that I downloaded was literally just like porn simulator, I think. And it was really hard to get it to not want me to be like, well, she didn't want me to kill myself, and that was kind of like mean and rude. But anyways, hopefully it was at least entertaining enough if anyone watches this. And let me disconnect here. And yeah, I suppose I will be done for the night, and I'll see you guys next time.